have to be and shouldn't be a stressful experience. At Great Midwest Bank, we combine competitive rates, fast pre-approvals, and honest advice from knowledgeable loan officers to help you every step of the way through your home buying or building journey. For 90 years, our customers have been part of the GMB family. Experience a state of tranquility at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geisdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Our very first guest in the history of Wilde and Tausch, which will be, I'm sure, a long and distinguished history.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Aaron Rodgers, give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Offices, One Call That's All studio at ESPN Milwaukee.
I'm going to say daily 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
And then what happens?
No, then Tausch kind of bows out.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It is the Tuesday edition. Oh boy. Got another alert. I assume he said it on Get Up. Or maybe on Unsportsmanlike, but windy with more on Yanni. And I'm still getting tired of it. Edition. I was going to say, speaking of people I'm tired of, but that's not true. Evan Cohen scheduled to appear of Unsportsmanlike. And I got an interesting question today on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. And I didn't have a great answer for them, which I know isn't a surprise. So I'm going to pose it to the panel edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the magnificent, fantastic, incredible ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios and in his undisclosed location. He's the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good, buddy. How you guys doing?
I'm great. Jesse, how are you? Because I am proud of you for checking in with me this morning before you sent out the latest Steinhoffel sleeper of the past 10 years. And then you didn't really like my feedback, but at least you listened to it. So thank you.
Yeah, it's my own fault. I have placed myself in the position to be subject to nitpickery when it comes to the Steinhoffel sleeper of the last 10 years.
Getting the facts straight is nitpickery now?
What? If the guy gets waived in his second season in Green Bay, he played 2 seasons in Green Bay. He played one. He played in one season. He played in season 1, and then he played in season 2. He played 2 seasons in Green Bay. If he's getting waived in the middle of the season, he's still playing 2 seasons. Was he in Green Bay for 1 season, or was he in Green Bay for 2 seasons? But I understand.
Neither.
I have no place to complain about this type of feedback because last week I botched it. So I'm frustrated, but I'm frustrated with myself for putting myself in the position. Hand up. My bad. Text us at 844-770-3776 with this week's Steinhoffel Sleeper of the last 10 years.
Well, why don't you read it? Because I would like to hear this. I saw the text string, and by the time I looked, there was 22 texts, and I just thought you guys
There
probably
weren't
had it figured
22
out, so.
texts. There were like 8.
There's a lot of texts. No, it was a lot. So why don't you read it, and then let me see if I can find some holes.
Oh, let's go to the judge.
So this week's Steinhoffel Sleeper of the last 10 years, which this is posted on our Wilde and Tausch Twitter feed and Facebook page.
So was this the original?
No.
Jesse, was this the original?
This is the
Now, wait a minute.
up-to-date
Jason
original.
edited.
Would you
Yes.
like the original first?
Yeah, let's start with the original. Leave
Good
this
idea,
up because
Tauschie.
everyone on YouTube can look and get it.
All right, well,
Okay.
if we're going to hang on. If we're going to do this now, we might as well just do this now. Here we go.
All right, sleepyheads, wakey, wakey.
We'll have less sleep and we'll be grumpy.
Rise and shine. It's this week's Steinhoffel's Sleeper of the last 10 years.
It is our Steinhoffel's Sleeper of the last 10 years, presented by Steinhoffel's. And the Steinhoffel's 4th of July mattress sale is kicking off. It's your chance to save big at Steinhoffel's, where you can save up to $1,000 on Beauty Rest adjustable base sets. Get comfortable for less with a Queen Beauty Rest world-class mattress starting at just $1,299. And if you're ready to go all in on luxury, step up to the Beauty Rest Black and score $300 in Steinhoffel's cash. And making it even easier, they're going to be having 60-month 0% special financing. So don't miss out on this bonus as well. For a limited time, if you test rest a Beauty Rest Black, you'll receive a $25 gift card. Hurry in today or shop anytime online at steinhoffels.com. And as always, relax. Steinhoffels. All right, so here is the original version that was sent with, and I think there's a very important little tidbit from Jesse Nelson. Please review for approval and or edits before 8 a.m.
Because that's a responsible thing to do after last week's debacle with
Asking
Ty
for
Summers and Tyler
approval
Lancaster. Yes.
and edits after a self-inflicted mistake where you got a major fact wrong.
Yep.
And you
probed
did
it.
ask for
You kinda
approval
Jeff
and
probed
or
it.
edits. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I said let's just make sure we don't Jeff Probst anything and give
We
away
won't.
answers.
Don't give it
We
away.
won't. We're on top of it. This wide receiver's tenure, Jesse Nelson wrote in the original version, in Green Bay lasted just 2 seasons. And while he didn't put the title in Titletown, he did win a championship while in college at Clemson and with the Birmingham Stallions in the UFL.
Pretty good clue.
I took exception to lasted just 2 seasons.
Captain Nitpick.
Oh yeah.
I've opened the door. Captain Nitpick. Every week now, Tuesday
fair, though.
mornings. Here he comes.
I'm sorry.
Riding into town.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. What was that you said?
Captain Nitpick.
No, not
riding
you.
into town.
No, not you. Tausch said fair, though. I do believe. If my ears did not
incredibly
deceive me.
fair. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Incredibly fair.
So now here is the updated version with a small but important edit that was provided to one Jesse J. Nelson.
Not important at all.
You're just wrong, dude. This wide receiver's tenure in Green Bay ended when he was waived midway through his 2nd season. But he did win a national championship at Clemson and a UFL title with the Birmingham Stallions. Subtle, but important.
How many
I
years
rest my
Was he
case.
drafted? Was he drafted with Goody or with Ted?
I don't know what the rules are here, Probsty.
We
Can I give that piece of information? Because UFL title means it's a little more recent, right? That league didn't even exist.
Context
I would have guessed
clues.
Goody.
Context clues, I think, and anyone would be able to figure out that Goody is the
Gootinator
person who
sir.
drafted this player. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I can make an argument.
For future reference, we just can't be unfair and give people listening an unfair advantage to those who have seen this only on social media. Those are the rules.
So, I can't really get into the most disappointing draft picks because he'd be right at him and your guy. And I don't even know if I can say his name because he was a defensive back from Iowa. I think those are our two. Probably.
You can say his name.
Josh.
Can we say his name?
Josh Jackson, we can say. Let's not say the Steinhoff.
Loved him in the Mighty Ducks, though.
Yeah. What?
You could make a pretty good
Charlie
argument.
Conway in the Ducks. Joshua Jackson, he's the actor.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Those are two of the more disappointing draft picks.
Yeah.
Probably in the last decade. Tell me where I'm wrong.
I think that's
You're
fair.
not wrong. Premium picks squanderified. All right, so just to get clarification from Judge Judy.
There have been some defensive players who have been disappointing
I'm
draft
talking
picks
in
over
the
years.
In the Goody era, though.
Yeah, and
there was
two of drafts. Those are pretty big picks that you don't want to miss.
I believe a lot of folks thought he was going to be Randall Cobb 2.0. That's what people thought when this happened. Is that fair?
Yes. And that's probably where the line should be drawn on how much we say about this player.
Probsty.
Well, he was a wide.
We're on the cusp.
Okay.
He was a wide receiver.
All right,
yes.
that's as far as I'll go.
Yeah.
But I just think back to what was expected and what we all thought, and it never seemed like the quarterback at that time thought he put in the time to be good. If that makes that's the vibe that you got throughout those training camps, and obviously for a what did the Steinhoffels sleeper of the week? What did it say? 2 year and a half is what it ended up being.
Yeah, it ended before he'd completed his second season.
Waived in his second season because he played 2 seasons in Green Bay.
He did not play 2 seasons.
Okay, and it said wide receiver. So I would think of all of the frustrating players, I would bet that the quarterback probably would put him as one of the most frustrated because of his talent and because of what they ended up getting. And how often do you see, and I guess I can't say what round he was picked, but how often do you see as you mentioned, a premium pick not make it through his second season?
Yes, exactly.
That never
also
happens.
Why that was a key piece of information to be included.
That never happens. That tells me there's more, as Andy Rooney used to say. There was always more to that story.
No,
that's
Paul Harvey.
What did Andy Rooney always say? That's the rest of the story?
Did you ever notice? That was Andy Rooney. All right.
Well, whoever said what.
This does it does kind of go back to yesterday's conversation about Sammy Watkins from the Name That Year game.
I didn't think you should even say that name because obviously Sammy played it.
We're okay.
Don't say that name.
No,
I thought that he could have been it.
What are you doing,
You can't be doing that. You just propsted it. Now that all of a sudden eliminated a Clemson wideout. You did.
Totally did.
You probed it.
The first
I was going to say that name.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. You just butchered it. What was the old butcher on Brady Bunch? You just Sammed. Sam the butcher, right?
I believe
That's
so,
what you
yes.
just did.
Yes, indeed. Unbelievable.
I love this
What are
contest.
you doing?
I simultaneously love this contest and I'm getting very frustrated with this contest week to week.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm going to tell you, when I read it the first time, my first thought was, wow, we talked about Sammy Watkins yesterday, and he made him the sleeper of the last 10 years the very next day.
No, Jesse said no.
Still could be.
I just don't know.
Yeah, yes, it
I'm
still could be
trying
since
to
we've
think.
said his name. Yes.
Would we say premium draft picks are first 3 rounds or first 2 rounds?
First 3, I think. I think third-round picks
How
you
many-
expect to be good players.
How many times in the last decade has someone that's been drafted 3rd round or less not made it to at least the training camp of the third season.
Yeah, great.
I bet that list is probably less than 3 players. Barring injury, career-ending injury.
Yeah.
That has to be taken out of the equation.
And we've discussed 2 of them already. One whose name shall not be named, Probsty. Jesse, I can't believe you just did that. You were all worried about Tausch and I giving it away, and then you just served up on a silver platter.
I specifically didn't say Sammy Watkins' name just for that reason.
Yeah, I'm Team Old Boy on this one. Here's what we'll do. We'll talk about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. And then so we can get to Evan Cohen on time, because he gets very irritated with us when we get to him late. We will go through the draft classes. We will leave this name out of the list.
I mean, if we say all the names, it's okay if we say the name. We just can't say just this name and talk about
You
this
said this
guy.
is a social media only thing. I also don't want to be giving away help on the radio and on the audio.
We're not. We're here. This is
I think it's very interesting that you bend the rules the way you see fit.
Yeah, whatever fits his parameters.
Yeah, just call me Jesse Texas Tech Nelson.
Are you entering the supplemental draft now?
Thinking about it, yeah.
Can Jim, Matt, and Molly pick you up? Are you available and we'd have to replace you? If you're replacing your windows, the first-round pick for you would be a premium selection from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Indeed, if you're shopping for new windows and doors, you don't need to be haggling. You just want straightforward pricing, honest conversations, and Pella sticks to that. They help homeowners find the right fit for their home, and they don't use high-pressure sales tactics when you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. The same team that manufactures your windows and doors, they also sell them, install them, and will service them. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com. We'll go through the draft picks, and I also want to pose this question to Jason Wilde. Is it worth a 7th-round flyer on a sordid, confused, tricky situation that once I was just told would have went higher than the 12th pick in this draft? The Rams quarterback was graded out higher than the guy that the Rams picked with the 13th pick. This player will be available for every team in the league at the quarterback position. Would he want the Green Bay Packers to dabble into taking
He meaning me.
Man? You. We'll find that out next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Maybe your summer sounds like country. Maybe it sounds like rock. Maybe it sounds like pop or hip hop. However your summer sounds, you'll find it at Summerfest. With hundreds of artists, great food, lakefront views, and unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone. Summerfest, Milwaukee's World Festival. 3 weekends, one incredible summer tradition. Get tickets and see the lineup at Summerfest.com. That's Summerfest.com.
The heart of this country is local. It's neighbors looking out for neighbors. It's small businesses that know your name. At Piggly Wiggly, the people who run your store live right here, right alongside you. And when you shop with us, every dollar stays in the community we all call home. Stop in today and see the difference shopping local really makes. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
The cooler's packed, the sun is shining. The only thing left to do? Citrus back and relax with Carbless. Refreshing, ready to drink, and packed with bold citrus flavor, Carbless is the ultimate upgrade for every summer adventure, from dock days to bonfire nights. No mixing, no hassle, just crack it open and enjoy the moment. This summer, trade the stress for zest. Citrus back and relax with Carbless. Carbless, find your bliss at drinkcarbless.com.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
I can't raise my arms, I can't kneel down, which means I can't play with the kids, golf with the guys, or get through a workday without exhausting pain. Hey, it's Ben Brust, and I'm here to celebrate what you can do. And that's exactly what QC Kinetics patients are doing. Not bracing for the next jolt of pain, it's gone. They've moved on back to living their lives. You've heard me talk about Dr. Caravelli and her team at QC Kinetics, and so many of you have been through their game-changing regenerative treatments done right in the office. No missing work, no surgery, no long recovery, the pain's back off. And we love hearing from you, how we here at ESPN Milwaukee helped you dig out from under that long list of can'ts and get back to living your best life. Go find out what you can do. It's a good life out there, folks. Go live it to the fullest. Get rid of that pain starting now. The consultation's totally free to see if you're a good candidate. Weekend appointments are available. Call 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Make plans to see Bella Kane at Wednesday Night Live, presented by Beatbox. From the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park this Wednesday. Gates open at 6, live music starts at 7. Enjoy an amazing night of free live music at the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park this Wednesday with Bella Kane.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855 Pella WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
All right, we'll get to Tausch's excellent question because I also want to pose it to Evan Cohen when he joins us. But let's run through Goody's first, second, and third round picks and see if there's any examples of hyper disappointing players. And in fairness, in his final draft as the general manager, Ted Thompson's top 3 picks, he traded back and missed on T.J. Watt, or the team did. I'm not 100% sure exactly how that draft room worked that year. But Kevin King, Josh Jones, and Montravius Adams were the 2 seconds and a third there. I think Montravius Adams still bounced around a little bit, Tausch, after that, but not great.
Kevin King played some good ball here for a little bit, right?
Yeah. All right, 2018.
Wasn't Josh Jones going to hold out for a stretch, too, wasn't he?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. He was getting bad advice. I don't think he made it to a third season, but I think he made it to a third training camp. Jair Alexander, Joshua Jackson, Oren Burks, Rashawn Gary, Darnell Savage, Elton Jenkins, Jace Sternberger. I think Sternberger made it to a third camp but got released at it, if I remember right.
I think so. Yep.
Jordan Love, A.J. Dillon, Josiah DeGuara, Eric Stokes, Josh Myers, Amari Rogers, Quay Walker, Devontae Wyatt, Christian Watson, Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan's a great example of a guy that you thought, oh, here we go again. Another bad third-round pick. And he made something of himself despite the Packers' best efforts to get rid of him.
Yep.
Lucas Van Ness, Luke Musgrave, Jaden Reed, Tucker Kraft. That Tucker Kraft pick's pretty darn good. Jordan Morgan, Edgerrin Cooper, Javon Bullard, Marshawn Lloyd, Tyron Hopper. Matthew Golden, Anthony Belton, Savion Williams. And then from this year, Brandon Cisse and Chris McClellan. So those are your first, second, and third picks, your day one and day two picks during the Goody era. All right, Tauschi. Tell me more about your question, because I think it's an excellent question. I think I have a really good answer for it.
Okay, so we discussed a little bit last week, and I think when Jason was going down, Jesse and I jumped into this a little bit more. This quarterback who was at Cincinnati, he was at Indiana, and was going to be the Texas Tech starter this year, getting paid
Brandon Sorsby.
Sorsby, and I've been using the sorted joke for a stretch.
Indeed.
He allegedly, and I think confirmed, that
admittedly
gambled on his team and some stuff while he was at Indiana when he wasn't playing. It's the cardinal sin in sports as an active player. You can't do it. We all know it. The notes are up on the locker rooms when you walk in. You can do a lot of stuff, and you can get away with a lot of stuff, and people could, you could sit here and judge, but this is something, integrity of the game, it's a big no-no. I believe the NFL is going to push back. I don't think they want this headache. The Big 12, because Texas Tech, I thought dumbly, went to bat for him and said, we're going to keep him. We paid him. We're doing this. And somewhere along the line, I think the Big 12 came in and said, this isn't happening. A judge in Texas and Lubbock gave him the okay to do it. Texas Tech, because they're spending a bunch of money and they gave him a bunch of money, want to win. The Big 12 came in and pretty much forced Sorsby's hand to go supplemental draft. And the only way you can go supplemental draft is if you are eligible to. He is. Can't play. He's not going to be, so he put himself in the draft. So however you want to think about it, college football, let me promise you this. They are very happy that this is not going to be on their plate anymore.
No doubt.
They don't want to deal with this, and I am very certain the NFL doesn't either. But here we go. I don't know how this is going to shake out. And as I said, and the tease, there was talk. What's the dude's name, the Alabama quarterback that the Rams drafted, Ty Simpson?
Yes.
Is that right?
Mr. Simpson is a fugitive from justice.
And I'll say, when we went down to Tuscaloosa, when the Badgers went down, I watched that game, I thought he was the best quarterback that the Wisconsin Badgers faced last year. Simpson. I thought I think he got banged up. He shredded us. And our defense is pretty dang good, as we saw as the season went on. Now, our offense was not, but our defense was. And he was a drop back. He looked the part. I thought this kid's going to be a first-round pick when we walked out of Tuscaloosa. At least that was what the impression I had. NFL draftniks have said that this kid, Brendan Sorsby, is better, that he would have went higher. Whether or not that's true, I don't know, but there's enough volume that is saying he is probably a late first-round pick grade in last year's draft. Now, the supplemental draft is a goofy deal. Wherever you utilize, just to give a little, if people don't know, wherever you use the pick, if you go 5th round in a supplemental, you lose next year's 5th. 6th round, etc. So Mike Wall is probably our most you could correct me if I'm wrong, Jason. The supplemental pick, we used a 2nd-round pick on him, and he was a fantastic player here for a long time. Started off a little sluggish, but man, what a stud. Should be a Packer Hall of Famer. Will be at some point. Great player for Green Bay. So we ended up using a 2nd round in the summer of '99. We lost the 2000 or whatever, it would have been 98. 99,
Correct.
we lost that pick.
Correct.
In the next year. Second-round pick, but when you look at what Mike did, totally worth it. Would you, as a Packer fan, you're always looking for the next best thing. We have Jordan Love. Do you throw a 6th or 7th round flyer in a year that you're going to have a bunch of late picks because of the compensatory pool? I'm going to say no for a bunch of reasons, but I think it's intriguing enough to look at it and at least have that conversation. Because a 6th or 7th round pick, if you can get a 1st or 2nd round talent, usually I would say go for it.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, I am going to say no. What say you?
I say no, but for one reason and one reason only. Because everything else makes sense. And if the NFL had if the NFL relied on Lubbock, Texas judges to decide how long people should be penalized for betting, maybe I would answer this question differently. But the NFL is very clear. It's a lifetime ban now for him if he gets caught doing it again. And that, to me, is too much of a risk, right? Like, even if it was he could be suspended for 4 games because all this happened before he made it to the NFL, right? There was the whole thing with the Detroit Lions that our guy Quintez Cephas got caught up in, right? Which wasn't even betting on the Lions or betting on NFL games. It was like betting on something else, but doing it on their phones from inside the facility or something. Like, it is a lifetime ban if you're wrong. So, yeah, do I think that the risk is minimal in terms of the draft pick? And I think how this works, Tausch, and I have to look this up to fact check, but I think you put your bid in, like eBay.
You do.
Like, I'm going to bid a 6th round pick. In the case
Whoever
of Mike
has the
Wall,
best bid gets it.
Right. And in the case of Mike Wall, Ron Wolf really wanted him. And rightfully so. Like, he had been suspended for his senior season at Navy for a positive steroid test. And that was why he ended up in the supplemental draft. And, yeah, he kind of redshirted for a year or two. But he ended up being a really, really good football player. In the history of the supplemental draft, no one has even been selected, or in some years I don't even know if they had one, since 2019.
Well, they haven't even had a supplemental draft for a few of these years.
Right.
Because players haven't been eligible or nobody is registered.
So a couple of players that stand out from the history, Josh Gordon.
I think we should get Lambeau because it was such a success. We should host the supplemental draft. This is a smaller scale, just
smaller
a
gathering,
just a little baby one.
We could have it at the trio.
Sure.
Josh Gordon, Ahmad Brooks, and Mike Wall are probably the 3 best players. Also, Rob Moore, a former wide receiver at Syracuse, was a pretty successful NFL player. The most successful player to be taken in a supplemental draft, Chris Carter.
Yeah.
Pretty good deal back in 1987.
Steve Walsh, if you remember the old days, the Cowboys, they had Troy Aikman, and they drafted Steve Walsh
You're
from
right,
Miami,
the following year. Good memory.
Who was a friend of Evan Cohen's. And actually, we had dinner. All of us had dinner together way back before I was even a GKB teammate.
Terrell Pryor, did you
He
say
was?
his name?
Good job.
That was the one that I remember
Brian
from
Bosworth,
a few years back.
Back in 1987 as well.
Boss.
Same draft as Chris Carter. And Bernie Kosar in 1985 after he graduated from
I would
Miami
say this,
as a junior.
If you could get him for a 7th, and even if he got suspended for a stretch because of this, he's not going to play this year. We have 1 and 2s locked.
Yep.
This could be if you can get him for a 7th, are you doing it?
I still the lifetime ban thing is what makes me.
It's a 7th round pick. We just are talking about early picks that didn't make it through the second season.
You traded 2 of those 7th round picks from this year to move up and take a kicker that Ryan Longwell is in the process of fixing.
If
the lifetime ban is the deal breaker for me.
If you got a starting quarterback type of player, 7th round that could sit for 2 or 3 years, and then you flip him a la Aaron Brooks and Matt Hasselbeck, that to me would be the plan. If he's as good as you think he is. Now, I'm out on him because this just shows this is dumb by him.
Correct.
I don't like it.
Poor
but
judgment.
I'm saying the Packers situation, if I'm Sorsby, this actually be a great scenario for me. Because you're going to get in a great program, you're going to get some time away, and you're going to get a chance to build and be a practice player in one of the best systems, and in a guy that has shown that he can develop quarterbacks. And he'd be a third quarterback for 2 years, probably.
And he could take the over on the Packers' 10.5 wins for next season.
Hard Rock Casino Rockford probably enjoy him, certainly.
All right, we need to get to Evan Cohen. I already told you about Steinhoffels. I'm seeing lots of responses. A few people irritated that we gave people time to look up the answer. That's the whole point. This is the honor system. Okay? Don't cheat. You should, by the way, shouldn't have had to look up the answer today, because the way we went about discussing it should have made it easy to stay on the honor system without looking it up. Just one man's opinion. Again, check out the Steinhoffels 4th of July sale kicking off soon. Evan Cohen joins us next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
I started our landscaping company, Brett Ochtenhagen's Seasonal Services, in 1994. We have other businesses, a trucking company, investment properties, and we board and raise quarter horses. I met Chris from Horicon Bank over 20 years ago, and we really hit it off. A few years back, we made our largest capital commitment ever. Chris understood our vision, supported it, and 5 years later, our annual equipment maintenance costs are down, and our fleet is amazing. Chris and Horicon Bank helped make that happen.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
Your brand doesn't need more square footage.
It needs more wow.
When you work with Captivate exhibits, trade show booths become magnets. Lobbies become living stories. Break rooms become culture builders.
Captivate creates experiences people don't just see, they feel.
For more than 30 years, their award-winning team has transformed big ideas into bold brand moments that command attention and drive results.
Stop blending in.
Start captivating.
Visit CaptivateExhibits.com.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde. Father's Day is coming up on Sunday, June 21st, and let's be honest, Dad does not need another tie, another coffee mug, another World's Greatest Dad t-shirt. Get him something he can really enjoy. Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles. Order at Kringle.com and send your dad his favorite flavor, like my favorite, bourbon pecan. You can even add a bag of gourmet coffee to your order. So go to Kringle.com or make the call, 800-4DANISH, and have it shipped just in time for Father's Day. Kringle.com. Racine Danish Kringles. Not just a treat, it's a tradition.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. And beer fans, we've got something to cheer about. Michelob Ultra is the official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026. So whether you call it soccer or football, it's time to get your game plan ready as the world's largest soccer tournament returns to the USA. Stop by Discount Liquor to pick up a 12-pack of Michelob Ultra and score a free Michelob Ultra soccer koozie. At Discount Liquor, we stock over 15,000 varieties of beer, wine, spirits, THCA, and non-alcoholic beverages, all at the lowest prices in town. From craft brews to hard-to-find whiskeys, we've got a lineup for you. So don't get caught off sides with an empty fridge. Stop into Discount Liquor and stock up before kickoff. Visit us in Milwaukee on 51st and Oklahoma or in downtown Waukesha at Barstow and Maine.
Discount liquor.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling. Trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
The last weekend in June, experience the excitement as the Epson Tour's rising stars compete in the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass, the ultimate fan-friendly golf event with great views and chances to meet the next generation of LPGA players. Tickets are $10 and kids get in free. June 26th through the 28th, the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass. For tournament details and to explore our premier golf destination, visit islandresortgolf.com today.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss talking about our great friends at Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Turn your day into an experience at Road America. Conveniently located in between Madison, Milwaukee, and Green Bay, this legendary track offers more than just racing. Walk the grounds, explore every corner, and watch the action from wherever you want. Kids 16 and under get you in free with a paying adult at the gate and camp on site all weekend long. IndyCar is must-see and is coming up on June 18th through the 21st. Great food, great views, and non-stop action. Road America, where racing meets outdoors. Check out roadamerica.com to get tickets.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Good for 130 years.
Joining us now to discuss Brendan Sorsby and the latest from Windy about Yanni. On the Yuengling guest hotline, Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, 197 years, almost as old as America itself. Now in Wisconsin officially. See it everywhere now. Every grocery store I go into, there it is. Saw it at Sendik's when I stopped there on my way to Milwaukee on Sunday. It's everywhere. DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. It is Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike. Evan, good morning. How are you?
JC, Marky, Jesse, it's Evie.
Nice.
And speaking of old, tomorrow's a big day. Okay, how we doing? Everybody good?
Doing good. Why are we calling him Evie?
Because I said Windy and Yanni.
Sorsby.
Yeah.
Sorty.
See, I was listening, Tausch, to someone speaking other than you, and I know that's a novel concept for you.
That is.
It is a big day tomorrow, although certain people don't know how old they're going to be turning tomorrow, which I thought was interesting. Evan, what do you make of this sordid, because that's Tausch's line, Sorsby situation? And where would you fall on what I thought was a great question by Tauschi, which was, would you spend a 6th or 7th, a 6-7 pick in the supplemental draft and take a flyer on Brendan Sorsby now that assuming he is accepted into the supplemental draft, now he'll be doing that instead of playing at Texas Tech this year?
So many layers to this, Jason. So let's talk about what you just left off there. Whether or not he'll be accepted. If you're the NFL, why not just accept him and put it on the teams? I'm not trying to say, pass the buck, but
totally
let the 32 teams shuffle it out on that one. That's number one. Number two, I think what's fascinating about this is you have to look at this in two parts. If I am a college athlete right now, am I able to get away with gambling on the sport that I play? What is your answer to that question?
Sure seems like it. Mm-hmm.
Not worth it.
So
though.
I don't have an.
I think most of us
100% not worth it.
Yeah, agreed.
100% not worth it. But if you're, I'm not encouraging this. What I'm saying is because he's entering the supplemental draft, we actually don't have a final answer to that question because nothing's going to happen. What are they going to rule him ineligible after the fact? Who cares, right? So I kind of look at that and say, unfortunately, they have not discouraged the person that is a red shirt, that doesn't play, that is not a major part of the team, that doesn't make a lot of money, from potentially finding ways of making a lot of money with inside information on a team, gambling on that team, because I don't know what the penalty actually is. That's unfortunate because I don't think that should ever be allowed, a player gambling on the sport that they're in. The second part is, I think we're up to part two. Part two, I have no idea if he's good. I don't know. Everyone says he's really good, right? Everybody says he would have been the second quarterback ahead of Ty Simpson drafted this year. Everyone says he would have been a first-rounder next year. The thing is, we don't have a year's worth of us knowing this to watch him. We're going to watch C.J. Carr of Notre Dame differently this year. We're going to obviously watch Arch Manning in a different way this year. We're going to watch Lenore Sellers of South Carolina, Dante Moore of Oregon. We're going to watch all of these guys differently because we know they're projected to be a first-round pick. We didn't have that with this guy. That's part 3, I think. Part 4 is to your question. Yes, I would take a flyer on him in the 6th or 7th round because of the fact that I think there's one huge part of this that we are leaving out. To my knowledge, he stopped. He didn't bet at Cincinnati, did he, on football? It was just at Indiana. That's not saying that it couldn't happen again. I am completely aware of, and I acknowledge the idea of how serious the illness of addiction is, but there seems to be a level of recovery that is in play, and as long as you as an organization, in this case the Packers, start with his addiction and his recovery and then get to football, it seems like it would be a worthy risk.
So, according to David Purdum's story on ESPN.com, the way he writes this, he wagered while he was enrolled at Indiana, Cincinnati, and Texas Tech.
No, but I guess what I'm saying, Jason, did he bet on Cincinnati football while at Cincinnati?
Oh, so he was definitely betting all 3 years, but you're saying he wasn't betting on his own team anywhere other than Indiana when he wasn't really playing. Okay.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Because the idea of game fixing and betting with inside information, while neither are okay, one seems to be significantly worse
good
than
point.
the other.
Very good point. Mm-hmm.
Tausch, you redshirted your freshman year or no? I can't. Seriously, I can't remember.
I did. Yes. Yep, I did.
Okay.
Number 140.
So in theory, if you were to bet on games that year, it's because I know that this guy is hurt or that this matchup is good for us. I could bet on him. Then you fast forward to your senior year and you bet on games, you would be able to impact them. That, to me, that's a difference. Neither okay, but like you could play a role in the outcome of that, right?
Yeah, obviously, if you're out on the field, and that's why this is such a big deal. And we saw that with officials, obviously with the Dani scandal. I don't know how many years ago that was. And by the way, the NBA, I don't know how, whoever their PR firm that handled that, they got that out. They ended up doing a pretty good job of mitigating all of that. This is a complete no-no.
I'll tell you who their PR
I
firm
do think.
was. Wait, Tausch, you just made the best point that anyone's made, and I haven't even thought about this until this moment.
Okay.
You just made the single best point. The PR firm for the NBA at that time was the PR firm of David Stern. Clear-cut person in charge, unafraid of consequences of actions, unafraid of public perception, only with the intentions of doing what was in the best interest for the National Basketball Association. One of the reasons we started the conversation the way we did, where there's a gray area on whether or not the rhetorical question of, wait, can I get away with gambling, is because no one is in charge.
So if you're Roger Goodell, I started the show with this, the NCAA is happier than a clam because they don't want to deal with it. I don't even know who would deal with it, to kind of your point.
Correct.
If you're Roger Goodell, I would think he maybe would say, you're suspended the first year, and is this a headache that you want to bring in? I would say no.
Well, I like the idea of suspending him right off the bat. I think that actually is healthy for all parties involved, including him. Right? Because then he's going to have – I would suspend – see, this is the thing. Do you suspend him not allowed to be around the team, or do you suspend him and allow him to be on the team just to test him a little bit to see if he actually will then place bets, knowing he has no impact on the on-field part of it? I don't know what you're supposed to do, because now we're going to go back to the Terrell Pryor, Jim Tressel situation where, in essence, the NFL suspended them for actions based on what happened at Ohio State, which, again,
how ridiculous does that look now? How ridiculous
it's
that
literally.
look now?
I mean, it's like ESPN Wisconsin suspending Jason for an action writing for Channel 3000. Like, while that, I guess, conceptually could happen based on, like, oh, you put the brand of ESPN Wisconsin in a bad light. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying, like, if he did something that was so specific, if you literally had an internal email gone wrong at Channel 3000, why would you be suspended at another company? That seems crazy to me. But
is there something? Am I missing something here, Jason? Did you send an email?
I don't think so.
Lord knows you promote Channel 3000 a heck of a lot more. We all get that.
Yeah,
and you put out your articles and you talk about it, you retweet and all that. But I'm just curious.
Right? Do you know, Jason? Do you know you're on Wilde and Tausch while we're at this? Good point, Tausch.
Says the guy.
10 years he's been on this show, Jason.
Says the guy who just retweeted the fact that I posted that Evan was on the show and sent the links to the YouTube channels. Yeah, right. You're right. I prioritized that clearly. Look,
haven't seen Tausch post much about the show lately.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Jesse.
Oh,
I don't write for Channel 3000.
No,
what
you
the hell
host
are you
this show
about?
every day, though. I don't know if you forgot. You can post a link to a show once in a while, or old T.
Sick burn, bro.
Jesse, how about this? Jesse, put it on the poll at Wilde and Tausch. Who promotes the show in a better way, Jason or Mark? Good one.
Yeah.
Who's better at promoting the show, Jesse or Mark?
Okay, I'm not comfortable with this. I need this job
So
for a very
bottom
long
line,
time.
Evan, if you're New England, you're a New England fan. We're Green Bay. Jason's nobody as a fan. I don't want him. I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. If you're going to take a flyer at a 7th, Green Bay, if I'm Sorsby, Green Bay is where I want to go because you get developed. You're going to have a bunch of time. You're going to have a 3-year window, and then you get flipped is, in essence, what I think Green Bay would hope.
Yeah, I don't know
I don't
about
want him,
that,
though,
Tausch.
as a
I don't
from
know
my
about
team
that because
standpoint.
normally I like the draft, develop, play later. Is the best way for him to get past all of this to just play right away and be good?
Probably. Well, no, because let's put it this way.
Now, if he has a bad
would
game,
initially.
here's the thing. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say the reason I would say no is because we all see this. 10 years we've been doing this show. The cycle's pretty obvious. A lot of attention in late July, August. Once the season starts, he's going to be an afterthought completely. Third string. Nobody is going to talk. Wilde won't even go talk to him, even though Rudy Ford and everybody else. He is not going to go down that road. And it would be all the way until probably June of the next year, and then you'd start looking at all of that. So you'd have a full year of really little to no, outside of the month of August, scrutiny on anything you're doing.
So let's now put this back to Jason.
Thank you.
So
Great.
let's say
about my employment.
No, let's say
good.
No.
I was wondering what email you sent.
Let's say Sorsby is drafted by the Packers.
Okay.
In the supplemental draft.
All right.
When do you stop talking to him in your mind?
Well, first of all, as Tausch so adeptly pointed out, I think there's not many things I'm known for, but I talk to everybody. I think that might be one of them. Like if you were
Just
to
Mr. Social, Jason Wilde.
That's me. Work in the room, yes, sir. But it's not just because I'm a friendly guy by nature. It's because there's an ulterior motive there. You never know.
When they become good, you talk to them.
Right.
First.
You never know, right? Like you just don't.
Okay,
and
so let me ask a better question because yes, you would never stop talking to Sorsby. You're right about that, and that's a bad question by me. So let me re-ask this. Let's pretend it this. Let's do it this way. Let's spin it positive. Let's say Jordan Love wins the lottery and he has so much money that he's just decided to cure all illness in the world. So he's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. All of a sudden,
like Elon Musk should be. Sorry.
Right. So, well, people can do what they want with their money, but I'm just saying this hypothetical, right? So,
yes.
Brendan Sorsby's playing. First game of the season, throws 3 interceptions. Are we asking him questions? Did you do that on purpose?
I am not asking him that question that way, but I don't think there's.
How would you frame it?
Right, and but here's the thing.
Allegedly,
off the cuff, I would probably say, Brandon, look, Brendan. Look, this isn't going to be fair to you, but people are thinking about this. I want to give you the opportunity to say unequivocally, like, when you throw 3 interceptions in a game, people are going to ask questions about you because of your past. Like, you should be able to just have the ability to have a crummy game and it just be a crummy game. But you know as well as I do that there are people thinking about whether you did that on purpose. What would you tell those people? I think I'd probably frame it that way.
Now, would you ask a follow-up?
Well, it depends what he said.
No, that's not what he does.
Hey,
He doesn't do follow-up.
That is so...
Seems like a leading question to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Evan set it up that
you're
way.
gonna-
It's blame Evan, not me.
What if he was doing it for gambling reasons?
Well, he's not going to say yes, obviously. Yeah,
Wait,
you
then
got
why
it.
do you ask the question?
I'm
wait a
cashing
second.
in, bro.
Imagine you asked that, and then he said, I had the under. What do you want
As
me
a
to
matter
do?
of fact.
I just won $1 million on this game.
Heck of
I
a
don't care
line.
about football.
I would,
That'd be
again,
amazing if he actually said that.
Again, I always want you to tell the truth, right? And that would be the truth. So I appreciate his honesty. Evan, we got to you later than I was hoping, but we need to spend some time on this because Windy he's got his finger on the pulse, it would appear, of the Giannis situation. And your team, the Heats, apparently the Bucks have been underwhelmed by their offer per Windy. And they are seeking out alternatives. What's your read on the current situation? Because you have said, and I agree with you, I think we have discounted the possibility that the Milwaukee Bucks will not find anything that they're really happy with in terms of trade value, and they won't trade him.
Yeah. I have said that. I do believe currently that trade is more likely than that. I think the Heat offer is I think the Heat offer is a good offer. I think the Bucks know that they have that in their back pocket anytime they want. I think they're probably searching through the potentially great offers to see if that aligns with what Giannis is looking for. I don't know that they care or don't care as to what Giannis is looking for. I do know that in my mind, I have not once said that I believe he's going to the Heat on the air. I have not said that.
Mm-hmm.
My question actually today has been, if he was going to the Heat, why would he not have gone there already? And I think, does he want to go to the Heat? Yeah, Brian said that. So why has he not gone to the Heat? Because Giannis doesn't want to get involved. I think if Giannis ends up going to the Heat, it will be because he will do something that he hasn't done up until this point, which is basically say, trade me to the Heat. I will not sign the extension. I don't want to play here anymore, and I will not sign the extension anywhere else. Let me also add that I would like you to find the person that has reported the Celtics have offered Jaylen Brown. You're going to look for a long time, and you're not going to find that. All people have said is that the Celtics are interested in Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
Interestingly enough, do I think this is going to happen? No. But technically, the Boston Celtics, if they were to use their guard, Derek White, amongst other players, could actually put a package together, not for the Bucks, but in a 3 or 4 team deal, that would enable them to get Giannis numerically without having to give up Brown or Tatum. Now you would sit there and say, well, how in the world could that happen? My argument would be, a lot of times, and Milwaukee did this when winning a championship with Drew Holiday, the finishing piece is actually higher priced than the starting piece. Go look back at the Drew Holiday deal. Didn't Milwaukee give up 3 first-rounders?
I believe so, yes.
He was the finishing piece. How about the Knicks? They gave up 5 first-rounders for Mikal Bridges. Finishing piece. Ivica Zubac with the Indiana Pacers this year, the Miles Turner replacement, they gave up 2 first-rounders to get him from the Clippers. That's more, I think, than they gave up for Halliburton. Now, they gave up Sabonis, the state of Wisconsin's own Tyrese Halliburton, but you get what I'm saying. So do I think that a team is going to give up 2 first-rounders for Derek White? Probably not. But if you get a first-rounder, multiple seconds, and a young player to go to Milwaukee, in addition to all the picks that the Bucks have, the Celtics have that could go to Milwaukee, I'm not saying it's likely. What I'm saying is I don't think it's Miami at this point unless Giannis makes it Miami. And No one has said that Jaylen Brown is in the trade.
Clippers, there's some Clipper talk with a little three-way action, getting that 5th pick overall. There's other stuff. But I'm going to ask you this before you go. Mm-hmm. Why has Miami not given Tyler Hero the big boy extension? And would you, as an executive, want to center your basketball squad with Tyler Hero being one of your central pieces?
So Tyler Hero has been a part of a team that went to 2 NBA Finals, including his rookie season. He's been an All-Star. He's been a 6th Man of the Year. He's been a 20-point-per-game player. He is also someone that works his ass off. I think that people think because of the way he looks, which, like, I'm being honest with you, like, he's cool. He dresses cool. You think he's out and about. That's not him. He's like the exact opposite of that. But no, he's not the face. I would not give him the contract extension that he wants. Absolutely not. I believe the perfect role for him is 6th man. And I don't think the Bucks are building their franchise around him in any way, shape, or form. I think that they would use him to get more.
He would be the central piece of a trade with the Heat.
No, he wouldn't. He would be the salary. No. Don't look at it that way. That's not correct.
But I'm telling you how it would be viewed, Evan. But that's how it's viewed.
If he's on the Pistons, okay, well then that's not a good trade. But the reality is that's not what the case is. He would be the highest contract that they believe they could get value elsewhere from. That's what he would be. And I believe that they would be right about that. So here's the thing. This time next week when we talk, it's more likely than not he is going to be on another team. So, all right, guys, LA time.
Thanks, Evan. Bye. That is Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike. How do you feel about Tyler Hero?
I think he'd be a nice player.
I think he would be too.
When you're talking about the Giannis trade, it's not where my head's at.
No.
Like I said yesterday, let's complicate the heck out of this thing. The more teams involved, I think the better the Bucks are going to be.
I don't think the next episode, when it drops, I'd have to ask Monis about this. I don't think it's going to be behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, behind the Giannis Antetokounmpo trade. But maybe it will be. We'll have to wait and see what happens, and we'll have to see when the next episode drops. But right now, the episode that you can listen to on Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant, is the Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens. You can find that on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Michelle Smallman.
Part of the reason why we exalted Wemby and anointed him prematurely is because we could not believe the maturity and the intention that came out of this 22-year-old. He felt so much more than a 22-year-old kid. He felt like a seasoned vet with the way that he dedicated himself mentally and physically to his craft. But when you're not speaking to the media at points during this run, and when you're not shaking the hand of your opponent after they win, that shows your immaturity. And for Wemby to very publicly say he wants to be the face of the league, he wants to be the greatest to ever do this, you have to be better in those moments. And I know this is immaturity and inexperience rearing its ugly head. Wemby fell short in some instances on and off the floor throughout these playoffs.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code CASH to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code CASH to borrow up to $10,000. Use code CASH to borrow up to $10,000.
Wisconsin, let's talk about something near and dear to my heart. Beer. Specifically, great beer. And if you haven't met Yuengling yet, allow me to introduce you. Yuengling is the oldest brewery in America, founded in Pottsville, PA in 1829. 197 years, 6 generations of family-owned brewing. Do you know how they became America's oldest brewery? By making great beer. This is a real American beer. Smooth, rich, and finally here in Wisconsin. So grab a Yuengling, raise a glass, and celebrate history the way it was meant to be celebrated, by drinking it. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Big trucks can be intimidating. If you've been seriously injured in a truck crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Trucking law can be extremely complicated. You don't want to take on the insurance company alone. Gruber Law Offices has the experience, the resources, and of course, the results. We know truck law. We know the rules and regulations. We know what it takes to win. Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Allis.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855 Pella WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Thanks as always to Evan Cohen. Always good conversations with him. I'm not sure I love using me potentially being suspended or reprimanded by one of my employers as a comparison.
By the way, I did read your Ryan Longwell article on Channel 3000. It was very good.
Did you see how I'm learning new stuff, too? Like, I was able to embed the video that Jesse posted on Twitter of his answer.
I want to thank our friends at Cisse TV. Showed you, I guess, how that works.
They had nothing to do with it. No, they had nothing to do with it. No, they didn't.
That's how they did their article, and I think you saw that, and then you said, "How can I?"
I never saw their article. I just saw their tweet, which then led to all kinds of replies.
By the way, just another follow-up because Old T shouldn't get just let go on this here. Jason's last tweet promoting our show was 23 minutes ago. Tausch's last tweet promoting our show was February 19th? What happened, Old T? You off of Twitter now or what?
Do you mean?
How come you haven't promoted our show in 4 months?
I haven't been on Twitter as much. That's, I guess, the
Why is that? Why is that?
What do you mean?
Well,
I just haven't used it as much.
You would acknowledge, like, we can agree to disagree on your guy Elon Musk and some different aspects of what he's done, but you would agree that Twitter is worse under his stewardship now, right? You would agree with that?
No, I
really? We went from 1,000 votes in our polls to 76 votes.
Got rid of the bots. That's a good thing.
I was never really on Twitter till I had a stretch. No. Twitter's Twitter, man. It's like
why can't we just agree on one thing?
Because I don't agree with you. I don't think it's. I mean, it's definitely different.
It's demonstrably worse.
It's now. You have to be verified, and there's other things that you have to do to get certain reach. So there's other things that are in play. But no, I'm not gonna. I'm not going to say it's. I think it's very similar. At least my experience is very similar to what it's been. So I can't agree with you. I wish I could, but I can't.
Well, how the hell do you know? You haven't been on it since February 19th, apparently.
Fair enough.
All right.
Can we still call them the Chicago Bears if they move to Indiana? Was Tausch's last tweet promoting the show?
Promoting the show.
They're the Indiana Bears once they decide to make that move.
Wally Lukaczynski, our teammate in Beaver Dam and the Dam Sports Show with him and Ashley Dobrazinski, he said because
why don't they call the show Lukaczynski and Dobrazinski?
It'd be the ski report. He said because Hammond is essentially a suburb, and I use that term loosely, of Gary. He's using the term the Gare Bears, which I like. Care Bears, Gare Bears. I kind of like that. What do we think of that? It's catchy.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Anything that's Indiana related, because again, if you're paying the full freight, you should get the benefits of it. So yeah, anything Indiana related, I'm fine with. Just not Chicago. You don't want to pay the freight, you don't get the cargo. It's kind of how that goes.
Bob Moore. Is that who said that originally?
Maybe.
All right.
Maybe. I got a weird thing now. My text messages are getting sorted differently. I never signed up for any of it. I don't know how this all works. So I don't get as many
replies from you anymore
as I used to.
All right. To kick off the 10 o'clock hour, it was not Bob Moore. It was Jen Latta who asked me what I thought was a very good question this morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. I'm going to ask Tausch it. You didn't have to be there. You just had to be aware of the coverage of the offseason as a whole. Who was the player who was the biggest winner during the offseason program? Give that some thought. We'll talk about it to kick off the 10 o'clock hour in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
He's a former coach with two sons who played professional basketball. Satch Sullinger's a competitive individual, but his golf game was suffering because of painful joints.
Right, that's real important. The golf game. Right. As we get older, we create these bad habits because we're relegated to hit a certain way.
QC Kinetics used regenerative treatments, all natural healing properties from Satch's own body, to restore those damaged joints and get his golf game back on track.
QC Kinetics regenerative medicine is regenerating me, all natural. And that's what I'm about. I'm going to tell everybody why I'm better.
Oh, and by the way, looks like the competitive Satch is back.
We're all in the same boat, and I'm getting better, and I'm watching them stay old.
Go to QCkinetics.com. Get relief and your game back. Call for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
This is Marquette Basketball head coach Shaka Smart. You're listening to the home of Golden Eagle Basketball, 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Time now for headlines as we predict what will happen on Sunday as the Packers take on the Vikings at Lambeau Field.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at ESPN Milwaukee.
I'm going to say Kissing Cousins, Pack Bikes tie.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
He missed it again! And we'll end this crazy game in a tie. Oh, my goodness.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. And it begins with that question. I don't know, Jesse, the people that have been on hold all this time, did they, read my mind on what the question was going to be? What happened?
I don't know. I was going to take I haven't talked to these people who are on hold. I'm going to talk to them off.
Wait, you said, what? So how does, tell me how that works logistically. You answer the phone and say, Wilde and Tausch, can you hold, please?
Yeah, Wilde and Tausch, please hold.
Okay, so now, all right, you go find out what they want. Tausch and I will talk amongst ourselves. So, Tausch, the question...
They can't say who the sleeper is, right? That's.
I don't know what these people are calling. It could be.
It's Jesse's job.
It could be a contest winner who hasn't gotten their prize. It could be somebody wants to talk about Giannis. I don't know what these calls are. I'm going to go find out.
You ain't vetting nothing, old boy. You know that.
You would be shocked at what I actually do vet back here.
Okay,
That's
you're
true,
right. I would
because we don't think there's much that you do.
Just imagine how much different this show could be, is all I'm going to say about that.
Thank you for your service, sir. I always does that voice at the end.
I'm busy now. Go do a show. I'm busy.
Tausch, who was the big winner of the offseason program in your mind?
Javon Bullard. That's what I would say.
Why say you that, sir?
He made the big pick. I mean, there's only a few things to really take a look at.
Yeah.
And so there's a couple of guys now you're talking about on the field and just in listening to.
Yeah, not getting new contracts. Not.
Yeah,
hey,
that's
I got
what
paid.
I was going to say. I'm not going to put Christian Watson or Jaden Reed in that equation.
Agreed.
But you just listen to Matt LaFleur. I think the excitement level for Bullard is very high. He makes a big play. After the touchdown the other day, the wow throw that was heard around the world, or at least in Packer Twitter sphere. And I just – it seems as if everything's lining up. We asked about dogs and who's going to be the alphas and who's going to kind of take ownership, and people are saying this young man. His role is going to be more defined. I think he's going to be on the field all the time. It just feels as if he's one of those guys that you have two established safeties. You got a lot of questions at other spots. It feels like he is one of the guys that is an answer to a lot of questions that we have posed about what this team needs to be better. A lot of it comes back Javon Bullard to me. And that's why I would think he is primed for a big boy season, healthy, ready to roll, going to be in different spots, moving him around. I feel like he is one of the guys that they're really counting on. And I think his arrow is pointing up in a big way.
So I voted for Jagger Burton because when you're a rookie, he's got no one is saying he's going to be a starter on opening day at this point. But as you well know, during your training camp as a rookie, I don't know what your career arc looks like if Earl's back doesn't lock up and you don't get all that work that you got in the offseason and in the training camp, right? It accelerated your development to become a really, really good NFL player. And I'm not saying that Jagger Burton is going to have an 11-year NFL career like you, but he got a boost early in terms of opportunity. Even if this stuff isn't as productive as what you went through in off seasons, it's certainly not as productive as the work you got in the preseason. And I am not in any way comparing you and him. Your career arcs are different. He got more opportunities in college right away. He was a 4 or 5 star recruit in the state of Kentucky where you walked on and are a self-made success story. Not that he didn't make his own success, but there were expectations when he got to Kentucky. He faced different adversity. But he got an opportunity that not a lot of rookies got. Yeah, Brandon Cisse got a few snaps with the ones every day. But for the vast majority of the snaps with the number one defense, it was Bullard in the slot, it was Keyshawn Nixon on one side, and it was Carrington Valentine on the other, and Evan Williams and Xavier McKinney at safety. That's what it was. And so the guy that got so much work with the starters that you weren't expecting was obviously Jagger Burton. So that's why I picked him. But I think there are other answers that make sense. And I think that, look, there's no doubt. And I talked to Bull for a little while late in camp. And he would be a great guest if Jesse had his finger on the dump button. Because I don't know who would win the, like we have the Tom Mulhern Award. Who swears a lot? Like who's well known for profanity? Like, I think back, like, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor in their stand-up eras swore a lot. But between Javon Bullard and Sean Ryan, they require heavy editing to use their quotes in my written stories. But he's really, I think he's, and Matt LaFleur's answer to me when I asked about him, I think he's played some damn good football. Even Matt LaFleur had a swear on a lighter version when I asked him about him. He's played some damn good football his first years. I agree, but I think Javon Bullard is poised to be a breakout guy for them. I really do. And so I think your choice is good. I'm going to put this on Twitter where I promote the show and get very little engagement because I no longer have my blue check mark that I paid for a year, and I didn't see really much of a bump from it. Gotcha. We will continue this conversation. Jesse's gotten to the phones. He has checked in with those callers, and at least one stayed on the line and wants to discuss Giannis. So not to say that this is like potpourri on Jeopardy, but if you want to talk about the offseason program, if you want to discuss Giannis,
Cooper Pratt's debut tonight. Sure. Schmorgy Tuesday.
Schmorgy. Yeah, it's a schmorgy. 844-770-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. List is more. That's the number you call if you want to be on the show. The number you call if you've been injured in an accident is Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. David and his team are the absolute best. I so appreciate their support of the show and their friendship, and I am glad that I've never needed them, and I never want them to have to represent Paula or Maddie and Sid or me because we've been injured. I hope we never have to make that call. But if you have to make that call, make it, and make sure that they are on your team because they will win for you. Gruber Law Offices. Go to the website, gruber-law.com, to find out more. We will get to some of your calls on this. It is Tuesday. We don't usually take calls on Tuesday based on our reputation, but we're happy to do so.
Short week, though.
On the Carbless Talk and Text line, list is more. 844-770-3776. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yingling Legends Line. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yingling Legends Line.
Brian Braun, I appreciate you joining us here on Kyle and Brust.
But we just wanted to have fun. Baseball's a game of failure and adversity. It's such a long season. You want to find ways to enjoy the success when you have good moments.
The Yingling Legends Line. Crack open a Yingling lager and raise a toast to an American tradition. D.G. Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products pricing and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, Tom, I just really can't get my kids off their phones lately. What's your secret, man?
I told you last time, go to PrecisionSportsOnline.com and buy a hoop. And while you're there, include their court line painting. You'll thank me later. PrecisionSportsOnline.com. That's PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Remember how you felt when you were 25? Your morning workouts were a breeze? You had a drive that kicked in way before your first cup of coffee? Does it feel like you're losing your edge? You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back to being the guy you used to be. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
This Father's Day, put the focus on Dad's happy place, his garage. Shop more ways to organize, more ways to build, and more ways to spend time together. With low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Get him a rolling toolbox or a wall-mounted organizer to keep it all in place. Or save on power tools like the Ryobi 2-tool driver drill combo kit for just $99. Make Father's Day about building something together with a little help from the Home Depot. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Paul Hansen here, founder of Iron Jock. Worried about the heat this summer? Don't sweat it. Our gear is made for real life. Iron Jock apparel combines moisture wicking with superior cooling and advanced odor-fighting silver ion technology that eliminates 99.9% of odor causing bacteria, so you are fresh for whatever's next. Our focus is simple. Make apparel that performs hard no matter where you are or what you are doing. Visit us at ironjock.com to experience the difference.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855 Pella WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Before we get to Steve in Milwaukee,
he said he's only got a couple of minutes. Just
I know. I just wanted to say that we've got Jacob in the Milwaukee YouTube comments, who and this is how he describes himself. I am a compulsive gambler. It is an awful thing. If this guy, meaning Sorsby, has a gambling problem, I would say stay way away. If the show would like to hear about it, I'd gladly tell them. So I'm intrigued, and I think the first step in a problem is acknowledging you have a problem. And I think someone with that kind of life experience, I'd be very curious to understand that better, because I think I would probably have that same issue if I were to start gambling. I was throw a lot of good money after bad, chasing the first $100 I lost. So that's something we could explore a little bit later. Let's go to Steve, who does not want to talk about gambling. He may be a compulsive gambler. I don't know. But what he wants to talk about is Giannis. Steve, good morning. Welcome to Wilde Tausch. How you doing?
Good morning. My wife and I go gambling. It's every 10 years. Once we lose $5, we leave. So that's we're willing.
Sounds like a smart way to go.
Just real quick, my wife and I were out for a late brunch. Duncan Robinson was there. So we even looked it up, and again, he might be a doppelganger, but his face is kind of, I should say that. It's a look that's hard to miss. So yeah, I'm 90% sure Duncan Robinson was in town this past weekend. He could have family. I don't know, but I thought it was kind of curious as far as what could get in the mix with Giannis.
A little on-the-ground reporting. I like that.
Where'd you go to brunch with Duncan Robinson?
Do they sell ice cream? Yeah, wait a minute.
That one of the guys that works there supposedly has an inside scoop, and I said I wouldn't say anything, so I won't say what it was. It was downtown Milwaukee, though. So it's good. So you know what? It's 90% sure. I looked up the face. My wife said it's got to be him. 6'7", 6'8", white guy, and familiar look. So it's you never know.
And he plays for the Pistons now?
He does.
Okay. I just remember there's a clip of him. He is the poster boy of the gather and how many steps you're able to take. I remember watching a clip of him getting the ball, and he travels, in my mind, like 5 to 6 different times and never gets called for it and then makes a three. Well, that's interesting.
But there's no traveling. There's no traveling in the NBA this last 10 years, so I'm not sure if you can call that or not. But.
Okay, he traveled to Milwaukee. Am I right? Now my interest is piqued. Thanks for the call, Steve. That's good stuff. Tausch, this is again.
So Steve thinks that we could be going. That Giannis could be going to the Pistons. Is that that's the genesis?
Yeah, there's maybe some 3 or 4 team action there, right? Again, first of all, Steve sounds like a credible fellow. He and his wife gamble once every 10 years, so I appreciate that tidbit. We always have to be respectful, in my opinion, of people like Steve who have this kind of oddball information, right? Because, again, when the Kansas City Chiefs signed their quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, to his first lucrative contract extension, the news was broken not by Shefty, not by rap sheets, but by a cashier at the liquor store in suburban Kansas City when they came to buy a bunch of champagne to celebrate. So, brunch with Duncan Robinson, I am not going to poo-poo.
Okay.
Are you?
Yeah, I continue to say let's get more teams involved. The more the merrier. That should bring back a bigger haul for the Milwaukee Bucks. So as long as it's not a 1-for-1 with the Heat, I think we'll end up being a lot happier as Bucks fans. So if that means the big dude from Detroit, however you want to start piecing this whole thing together, and I'm not overly concerned. It's up to the team trading for Giannis to figure all of that out. You know, whether or not he's going to sign an extension. Yeah, I get it. That's going to make it more likely to be able to execute a trade. But that's not my concern if I'm John Horst. Not at this point.
We will continue to monitor the Giannis story, obviously. Tausch, ultimately, the draft is a week from today. Is he a Buck next Tuesday?
No.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, but I do like. I wish Matt Arnold was involved.
Isn't John Horst one of your buddies?
Yeah, he's good at what he does. I feel like he has gotten a big-time bum rap because he has tried everything to make his superstar happy. Traded all kinds of different players, kept players longer than he should have, and yet it's all going to end up the same way. And I don't want to get clipped, but I will say, and Evan made a good point when he said, for the Miami trade to potentially happen, Jesse's switching to a single camera angle, so I'm gonna perhaps abort this.
We're gonna clip you.
Yeah, then I'm not gonna say it. We need to get to break anyway on time. Need to tell you about Associated Bank instead.
You're going to deprive our fans of a great take about John Horst and Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks.
How do you know it's a great take?
Because you were about to say something.
I just gave my take on John Horst. It was not going to be on John Horst. It was going to be on Giannis.
You're depriving our fans. I thought you were a conduit to the fans. Now you're depriving them of a critical piece of information.
You're the one depriving them. If you don't clip it, I'm happy to say it.
Shame on you.
Happy to say it. No, don't put me in that position. Put me in a great position, though, to save money and get some awesome extra perks with Associated Bank's Brewers Checking. You're already a Brewers fan. Why not take advantage of all the great things that come with being a Brewers fan and an Associated Bank fan? 20% off at the team store. You want to get a new Miz jersey? Maybe the Wisco version from the Brewers team store? Well, you can save 20% off with your Brewers card. You can save up to 50% off home game tickets when you use your Brewers checking account. You can get express entry into AmFam Field through the Associated Bank entrance. You can get pre-sale access to designated concerts and non-baseball events at AmFam Field. And you can save money both on the famous Racing Sausages 5K and 10K run and walk and on the Brewers Baseball Academy when you register for that. Go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
At Associated Bank, we get life gets complicated. So banking, it should be easy to get. That's why our tools speak your language. Automated savings, it's saving automatically for anything. Digital controls, you lose your card, you're still in control. Turn it off, then on, all on the app. And Money Monitor, you know where your money goes, like those long forgotten subscriptions. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
Father's Day is coming up, and let's be honest, Dad doesn't need another tie. Give him something he actually wants. New windows that lower energy bills, a durable new roof, beautiful siding, or a bath remodel he can brag about to every guest who visits. And during the Exterior Pros and Baths June savings event, you'll get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Amore, pepperoni, amore, mozzarella, amore.
Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza. More toppings, more flavor. More is amore.
Make plans to see Bella Kane at Wednesday Night Live, presented by Beatbox. From the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park this Wednesday. Gates open at 6, live music starts at 7. Enjoy an amazing night of free live music at the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park this Wednesday with Bella Kane.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855 Pella WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Did PCA last night hit for the cycle and then get picked off of first base while he was getting a standing ovation?
He did hit for the cycle.
And then he got picked off apparently while he's basking in the crowd's response. That's Pete Crow Armstrong.
Why do we hate this guy so much? Just because he's the Cubs' best player?
I don't know. You're the one who called him Petulant Pete last year when we were playing against that. You tell us why you don't like
Twitter.
him.
Well, remind me. He has not. I'll say this: he hasn't left an indelible mark on me that I remember. So tell me why we hate him.
I don't hate him. I just thought it was a funny little clip that I just saw.
You brought that up because you thought that. I brought it up for a reason.
He's a very emotional player. He's a bit of a whiny baby if you're not a fan of the Cubs. He loves rallying around like the Cubs fans. He loves getting everybody on. Now the Cubs fans are starting to turn on a little bit because he hasn't been as good. Yeah, He tries to embrace everything that it means about being one of the faces of the Chicago Cubs, for better or worse.
Who would be our Petulant Pete? Who is the Milwaukee Brewers' Petulant Pete?
Miz.
What? Miz is a whiner?
No, he's not a whiner, but he's very emotional and expressive when he comes off the mound. Uribe with the whole crotch chop thing.
Yeah,
he's in there too.
That wasn't what we were looking for.
But I would guess other fan bases don't necessarily enjoy when Miz gets a big strikeout. He kind of gallops off the mound, does a big, fist bump celebration. Like, I could see Cardinals fans and Cubs fans be like, "Hey, settle down, buddy. It's the third inning." Like one of those types of things.
I don't know why. Here's how I ended up seeing that, by the way. Josh DiMaggio sent me a clip of the Packers running a fullback dive to John Kuhn on 2nd and 9 in 2010, which picked up the first down. I have no earthly idea why Joshy sent that to me in this exact moment. But then the next video, because then it automatically plays the next video, it was Pete Crow Armstrong getting picked off after he hit for the cycle. Jesse, you had put together, or ESPN had, this rookie impact power rankings, and it kind of dovetails nicely with our discussion of Jagger Burton, as I picked him as my winner of the offseason, and I'm posting that to Twitter to see if we get some other engagement from other fans who want to give their thoughts. What is this, and how did the Packers even fare in this with only 6 guys that are even in consideration for such a question?
I think you might be misunderstanding. This does not exist. This was me volunteering you to create your power rankings of the top 6 from 1 to 6, the rookie impact that these players will have for the Green Bay Packers in 2026. This does not exist.
You're assigning me work now?
Yeah, you're going to do this for us. Yeah. I'm intrigued to know Jason Wilde's power rankings.
Oh, my God.
Of the 6 Packers rookie draft picks, and from least impactful to most impactful in the 2026 season, since these are the 6 guys plus a few others who are working out in Green Bay this week. We're talking about rookie draft picks earlier in the show. I think this is a great time for Jason Wilde to share from what he's observed so far, the impact that these guys will have.
So let me get this straight. So you're texting with me this morning about the Steinhoffel sleeper of the last 10 years. And you didn't think to say, hey, I've got this thing planned on the show sheet. I'm going to assign you some homework. So I could have done it before I scrolled up to this headline in the rundown and known that you would assign me work? That never crossed your mind to let me know so I could have done it by now?
I'm sorry, you read something and didn't comprehend it the right way, and you're blaming me for that? That seems like something I would do.
First of all, I read the headline, Rookie Impact Power Rankings. And yes, I did not read further, but again, not all of us read the entire show sheet.
Isn't that rich? You always give everybody grief for just reading the headline and not clicking, and then you're Mr. Click-Through. You decide not to, and now you're blaming Jesse? I got to take Team Jesse on this one.
You can definitely take Team Jesse on that. I will get to work on my assignments, and we will move trivia.
We got a lot of other assignments for you, too. We need the top 10 games throughout this 10-year anniversary run that you covered. We have your top 10 players, top 10 most intriguing interviews. We're all looking at the top 10 of Wilde of the Wilde and Tausch show. We're going to need you to cover all that, too. So just beware. Bring your own bewaredness. That is going to be a part of this 10-year celebration. Okay? So don't get blindsided. It is coming. FYI.
I also could use some help with trivia one of these days coming up, if you wouldn't mind writing some questions for that, too.
I appreciate the heads up, Tausch. Thank you for that.
You bet.
I feel like I am getting assigned a lot of work. It's interesting.
Well, it's a slow time of the year. You don't have there's slow time. You got plenty of time now.
Might have to take a few days off from the show so I can get all that done.
That's fine. That'd be great. Come back fresh.
I'd like to take a day off and take a day off. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play trivia now, so I can get my
Trey
homework
Smack
done.
has to be at the top of this list.
I just didn't think it was going to be.
Since Jason's not going to, I'll give you my 3. I guess you want me to just rank the 6?
No.
Well, because you have an assignment, you have to do it.
By the way,
I'm ready. I looked at the show sheet. I'm ready to go on it.
You're such a liar. You had no idea this was on the show sheet.
Trey Smack is 1. And I think this is going to be
this now.
What do you mean don't do it? Jesse asked.
No, we'll do it at the top of the 11 o'clock hour.
All right. Well, Trey Smack is 1. I'm going to tell you that right now because you can't stop me.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I know. All right.
Not if Lucas Havre's sick, Ryan Longwell's him. Let's play some trivia. Jesse, it's Tuesday.
I don't know. Is that too much? Do we give you enough lead time to read up the trivia or not? I want to just make sure. I feel like you felt ambushed. I just want to make sure that you feel comfortable so that you're good. Are you ambushed? Because it does feel. Jesse, did it not feel like Jason just thought he was ambushed?
I can understand why he felt ambushed.
So you think he was ambushed?
A little bit, yeah, but I also didn't think it would be that hard to put together your top 6, ranking 1 to 6, the rookie impacts in 2026.
We don't want Little JC all ambushed. We want little JC to feel comfortable, so we don't want him.
Well, it's been a bit of a roller coaster show today. I mean, I've had questions about my employment future based on something I didn't do at Channel 3000. I mean, it's been a little stressful.
Ultimately, what this was a test of how we read the show rundown, and what I learned is nobody reads the show rundown before the show, so I don't even know why I really even do a show rundown at this point.
Your show rundown is great. This is just so people understand. Rookie impact power rankings. The Green Bay Packers selected 6 players in the 2026 NFL draft who are all allegedly working out in Green Bay this week, while everybody else gets to go eat cake and do whatever they want. Okay?
Yeah.
Then it says, how does Jason Wilde rank the 6 Packers rookies?
Oh, yeah,
So,
that sounds like it's pretty clear cut.
It's pretty straightforward to me. Yeah. Your name's in big
Jason,
capital
don't worry.
letters.
Hey, Jason, just like in high school, somebody else did your homework. I got it. I got you covered. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Somebody else did my homework in high school, did they?
Maybe. I don't know.
More,
I got you.
Thank you for your service.
You're welcome. I got you covered. No, that's stressful.
But you're only going to do half the homework because you're just doing 3.
Well, no, I don't. I think 2 or 3 guys aren't going to. I think 2 or 3 guys aren't going to make an impact. So,
well, then they would be at the bottom of the list. They'd be at 6 and 5.
Yeah. Hey, it's right here.
10 years of this show.
It's the same sheet as the show sheet, oddly enough. And when you wave it around, it looks blank to me.
It's not a show sheet. It's handwritten. You think I'm handwriting show sheets? Get out of here.
Let's play trivia. It is Tuesday, but Jesse has decided it is not Badgers Trivia Tuesday. No.
Yeah, we're on a summer break from Badgers Trivia.
It is Brewers Big League Debuts Trivia. Brewers Big League Debuts. Jacob Mizorowski throws over 100 miles per hour. Caller number 100 will play. Jesse, what caller do you want?
Caller number 6 for the 6 Packers rookies that you're going to rank coming up in the 11 o'clock hour.
Did you know Larry Bird played baseball at Indiana State? Did you know that? I just saw a picture of him in an Indiana State baseball uniform swinging a baseball bat.
Jesse,
I knew Dave
you
Winfield.
wonder,
By the way,
you wonder why I don't read the
Dave
show sheet in its entirety.
Did you know? Did you know Dave Winfield?
Dave Winfield played baseball at Minnesota.
And basketball and football.
Yeah, I knew that. Didn't know about Larry Bird. Thank you for sharing that.
No, did you legit know that Larry Bird played baseball?
I did not know Larry Bird played baseball.
Tony Gwynn was a. What's more surprising? Tony Gwynn is the all-time assist leader at San Diego State as a basketball player, or that Larry Bird played baseball?
Well, considering I knew that about Tony Gwynn, who was one of my favorite players, and I knew the Dave Winfield thing, the most surprising thing is Larry Bird, because I didn't know that.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Are you going to tell me Magic Johnson was a great soccer player?
Did you know
what you're gonna tell me next?
Jim Brown was a great lacrosse player? At Syracuse?
I didn't.
Yeah, there you go.
I did not.
There you go. Let's play trivia. Caller 6 right now, 844-770-3776. Presented by Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf.
We're going to need Jason's power rankings of multi-sport athletes coming up a little bit later, too.
Yeah, but Jesse, you should have told me about that now. I should have waited until I got to the 11 o'clock hour of the rundown. Trivia's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way, I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
This 4th of July, crack open something made for the red, white, and blissful. The new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety 8-pack is here just in time for America's 250th birthday, featuring 4 nostalgic flavors: strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple. It's the taste of backyard barbecues, fireworks at dusk, and long summer weekends packed into every can. This Independence Day, bring the nostalgia and bring the bliss with the new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety Pack from Carbliss. Available now at your local retailer or online at drinkcarbliss.com.
One of the most important concepts in sports is don't drop the ball. Are you dropping the ball with your estate plan? When was it last updated? Have you even done one at all? It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde for Walney Legal Group. There's a lot at stake for you and your family when it comes to wills, trusts, probate, and elder planning. At Walney Legal, that's all they do. Tailored documents. No confusing legal jargon. Just thoughtful guidance. Do the blocking and tackling to protect your family. Start a conversation today at walneylegal.com.
Mark Tauscher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally, and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Homer here. I've been on this journey since January and have already lost 27 pounds and on my way to at least 30. What I love most is how safe and easy this program has been. No complicated plans, just real results that fit into everyday life. If you've been looking for a weight loss program that really works, this is it. For a limited time, get $200 off with our summer special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year Award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855 Pella WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Let's play a little trivia presented by Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Vortex Golf, rangefinders you can bet on, and by Cousin Subs. Have a grad to celebrate? Purchase $30 in Cousin Subs gift cards and receive a free 7.5-inch sub. Cousin Subs, they believe in better.
Let's welcome in our contestants. It is Boomer in Athelstein. Boomer, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good. How are you?
Good. You and Jesse got any plans for any meat raffles or anything coming up?
Possibly the 4th of July week, maybe.
Oh, okay.
At the Up North Super Bowl, 4th of July week. See what we can do.
Well, I'm sure you both are looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to you getting all three of these right, Boomer. Here we go. Question 1 is this. Which Brewers pitcher set a modern-era Major League Baseball record by throwing 11 no-hit innings to begin his career? Was it Chris Capuano, Jacob Mizorowski, or 5-0 plus 6-0 Lescano hit innings?
Not bad. Not bad.
Actually, Sixto was one of my favorite players growing up. I'll go.
Is that your
with
answer?
Miz. No, Miz.
Not his answer.
Sixto would have been the wrong answer. I believe he was just recently added to the Brewers Walk of Fame, though, if I saw that somewhere. So congratulations to Sixto. Deservedly so. Number 16 in your program. Number 1 in Boomer's heart. All right, question 2, Boomer.
Do we get a bell? Did we get a bell? That is
I gave him the bell.
He
Yeah.
hit it.
Give him the
Yeah,
bell.
I don't know. There we go. Thank you. Hey, how do we feel, Boomer, how do we feel about the 4th of July being on a Saturday?
I would rather have it a Friday or a Monday, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I don't think
And then
there's
you get
much
the
difference
extra
if it's a Friday or a Saturday because you get the same day off from work, the observed holiday.
So you
I like
really,
it.
if you're looking straight from a work standpoint, you want it a Thursday or a Tuesday?
Yeah.
Because you're probably going to grab the Monday or the Friday
Yep.
with it.
You
Is
wanna
that
double
kind
it
of
up.
the vibe?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was asking.
Did we just get some insight into your scheduling plans for days off, or?
No, I'm just curious what folks like because obviously people like days off. And
Some more
this
than
way
others.
you're not really getting it. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Question 2, Boomer, is this. In 2023, which Brewers outfielder debuted in a national TV game against the Braves, which included a pair of highlight reel catches, driving in the tying and go-ahead runs, and tying the franchise record with 3 hits in his first career game with numerous camera shots to his family in the stands, which I watched that game. It was really entertaining, a really cool story. Was that player Garrett Mitchell, Sal Frelick, or Jackson Chourio?
Jackson.
Uh-oh, Chourio. Sal Frelick. Question 3. Let's bounce back, Boomer. Which Brewers pitcher was set to make his major league debut in June of 2017, but didn't actually debut until August of 2017 because he was scratched minutes before his first start after suffering a hamstring injury during warm-ups? Was that pitcher
Tough one.
Freddie Peralta, Corbin Burns, or Brandon Woodruff?
I'm going to go with Brandon Woodruff.
That is correct. Jesse, I did not know that about Brandon Woodruff.
I actually had forgotten until I looked up an article talking about Brewers' debuts last night. And Brandon Woodruff made his debut in Tampa in August of 2017. He was supposed to start against the Cardinals in June, but minutes before the start, had a hamstring issue. He was removed and then waited to make his debut 2 months later.
There you have it. Boomer, congratulations. You got 2 out of 3, which ain't bad. That's 3 of 4 entries into Friday's drawing. And, hey, if you win Friday's drawing, Jesse can bring you your prize pack when he comes up to celebrate the 4th of July with you.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you. Love you.
That is Boomer in Athelstane. Athelstane. Where is that again, Jesse? Is that by Crivets?
Yeah, it's in the Crivets region. Athelstane, 10 minutes outside of Crivets or so, I'd say.
Hey, Chell, is there any chance you two could go whitewater rafting during your 4th of July? Because I know there's great whitewater rafting up there. Is that something that you do? And maybe since you're pushing all this video content and Digi only, that bad boy?
Boomer,
do a little trivia while you're whitewater
Jesse
rafting?
I'm sorry.
in a canoe.
Just want to make sure you're not talking about like Becca and I or one of my friends. Like you want.
No, Boomer.
You want Boomer and I to meet up if he wins a prize pack, to meet up and go whitewater rafting together.
That is what I want.
Tandem
Look how
raft.
excited you are in that photo. I think you'd be down with it.
Well, no, you can't whitewater raft in just 2. I think you need to have like 6 people, I think is usually the standard.
Oh, so
well, 5.
Who else would you like to sign up to go whitewater rafting with us?
I don't know. Maybe another fan that's up in that area. Obviously Becca, but I'm not sure. Is Becca going to want to go?
She would go whitewater rafting, I think. We haven't been together up there. As good as the whitewater rafting is, I hear. We haven't been. So that could be a fun activity. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Is there really good whitewater rafting, or did Tausch just make that up?
There is.
No, there is.
They promote it. It's on the billboards.
Okay.
I mean, ideally, what I'd love to see is the Wilde family and you and Becca. It's only an hour drive for Jason to Crivets from there. That would be ideal. I don't think that's going to happen, as Jason will put a little water slide out in his front yard. So I don't think that's going to be in play. But that would be fun, too. I bet you your girls would love to go whitewater rafting in Crivets.
Who the hell do you actually think you are?
What do you mean? You asked what else I'd like. You asked me who else would I like to have up there, and that's what I said. I didn't say anything else.
I didn't ask you.
Jesse
and
did.
I certainly didn't volunteer. No, we're not going to go whitewater rafting with
I said
Jesse
you wouldn't.
and Boomer.
I never said you would. I said I'd like to see it.
Why I would like to see. Do I ever say I would like to see the Tauschers do this?
Yeah, you hand me off. Yes, you do that all the time, and you do it with other people. So don't get all, don't get, no.
All right, there's only one logical way to settle this. The Wildes have.
We're all going whitewater rafting.
The Wildes have their 4. The Tauschers have their 4. Boomer, Becca, and I, and Eric and Green Bay can come up, and that'll be our 4. And we'll all do a time trial whitewater rafting and see who comes out on top.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starts with my 6-player power rankings for the rookie class impact in 2026. That starts in 2 minutes. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
When your team needs custom gear, don't wing it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and More is your local partner for high-quality apparel with hands-on design help and services that actually feel, well, helpful. For your business, teams, or events, Big Frog makes it easy. Visit bigfrog.com/Mequon today.
Your next great round begins at Sweetgrass and Sage Run at the Island Resort and Casino. Book early in the week for best availability. Beginning in July, Stay and Play guests can preview the brand new 9-hole Cedar course, inspired by the golden age of golf. At the Island, your golf trip becomes a full resort experience with relaxing spa treatments and exceptional dining to thrilling casino action. Plan your golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Summerfest brings the biggest names in live music to Milwaukee's lakefront across 3 unforgettable weekends, including performances from Christopher Cross, Charlie Wilson, Styx, plus David Lee Roth, Gene Simmons Band, Don Felder, Bodines, Little Feat, and more. Don't miss Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance, June 18th through 20th, June 25th through 27th, and July 2nd through 4th. Get tickets now at summerfest.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
This is Wisconsin basketball head coach Greg Gard. This is 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD2, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Joining us now is the Green Bay Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur on Wilde and Tausch.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Matt LaFleur, Matt Nagy, and Matt Patricia. Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach not named Matt? No, I'm sorry.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Offices, One Call That's All studio at ESPN Milwaukee.
Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach named Matt? Matt Damon, Matt Ryan, somebody else.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch. Talked to Matt LaFleur yesterday. Not about which Matt is the most famous Matt, however. Lots of chat in the YouTube comments.
What'd you talk to LaFleur about yesterday? That had to be, is that an off-the-record deal or is that an on-the-record deal?
No, not this again.
There is no chance that I'm going to answer any of your questions about that conversation. None.
Why? Why did you bring it up then? That's like saying, what are you doing?
I know a secret.
Anybody worth their chops is going to ask, what did you talk about?
And then anybody who has learned their lesson from last week is going to say, take a long walk off a short pier, old fella. No.
Well, why would you bring it up?
Just to irritate you. That's why. Just see how you react. And look how you did.
Okay, that's good stuff. All right, just so we're on the same page. You have a great Giannis take that you refuse to give. You talk about Matt LaFleur, but you won't share anything. And then you cry about having to do a power ranking sheet on the draft picks. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page here.
He didn't
Is that
cry.
right?
Cry was strong. He didn't cry.
He was pouting. There was pouting. But
number 6.
Jesse, what do you think Jason was talking to Matt LaFleur about yesterday? What do you think he brought up? Since we're not going to get anything.
How do I want to handle this?
Yeah, let me know how that goes.
You have 15 minutes. No, you don't even have 15 minutes. It's already 11:10.
I think
so. You only have 5. Well, I'll give you a beat. Here, I'm going to give you my top 6 draft picks.
That'll work.
I'll give you 5 minutes to think about it since everybody needs time to think. Trey Smack is going to be the most impactful rookie. He's going to be the starting kicker. He better learn how to hit a low cut. And somebody asked me today, Eric Bilstead asked me on our hit on WTMJ, don't you need to kick the ball higher because you're playing against bigger people? And I understand the question, but it's about the consistency of how you're hitting it. Longwell, I thought, made a great point, and I thought it was in Jason's article on Channel 3000, very well executed, about hitting that high hook, and everybody wants to kick it through the roof to show how blank and strong your leg is. And the bottom line is nobody gives a rip if you hammer a kick and it goes into the stands. If it doesn't go through the goalpost, nobody cares how strong your leg is. I hope that gets figured out with Trey Smack. He is going to be the most impactful. Then it's going to be Cisse. I think he is going to end up nabbing one of those spots by the middle of the season, and I think he is going to be your corner. And then our guy, Jaeger/Jagger Burton, he's going to be, I think he's going to play earlier than everybody thinks. I think with injuries and the fact that he is being raved about the way he is, they want him grabbing one of those spots. Here's where it gets a little more interesting, though. I think a Penn State cat. I think old, whatever we call him, the dentist, DDS, Dani Dennis-Sutton. I think
Dani.
he is going to end up playing more. Thank you, Jason. I think he's going to end up playing more than McClellan. And then I think Jason's guy, who he's wanting to be the top dog, I think with injuries and everything else, he will be 6th on the list in Domani Jackson. That is my power ranking of the 2026 draft picks. Now I'm going to put my handwritten notes. I'm going to put that away, and I'm going to say, Jesse, a great topic. I appreciate it.
Good list, Tausch.
Thank you.
I want to thank Jay on Twitter for putting Jesse and Boomer in a whitewater raft together.
Is that up somewhere? Can I see that?
It is mentioned to you and the show and everything else on Twitter. So you can
Is there
find
Coors Lights in the back? Because I don't think you can actually have Coors Lights.
Are you allowed to drink and whitewater raft?
I don't
Isn't
believe
that illegal?
So. I don't believe so. Yeah, I think that
seems like something you need to be
for sure frowned upon. I don't know if it's illegal. It's for sure frowned upon.
Well, I know there's a river out in Verona out here that that's actually what it's built for. It's the Sugar River, matter of fact. And you just float. And you put some cold beers in like a raft of some sort, but there's no white water.
Yeah, that's different.
I don't know, what is it where there's no white water
type deal?
Is that level 0? Because level 5 is where I would like to see you and the Wildes. I think level 0 would be where it would be at.
We went down to Tennessee to the Smoky Mountains to meet one of my friends that lived down there back in like 2018. And
Smokey the Bear?
He said he booked us a float trip for Saturday morning. We're like, oh, great. We're going to get one of those big tubes and kind of connect and bring the cooler. And then the morning of, he goes, so guys, it's not actually a float trip. It's Category 3 whitewater rapids. That was a very different experience than the one we were looking for when we went that day. Thanks to Pat. Appreciated him on that.
I'm a little concerned about Jennifer in the ESPN Madison YouTube comments because she predicted how I would rank the 6 draft picks for this, and she predicted it on the nose, 6 for 6. Number 6, Domani Jackson. He has not even practiced this offseason. We don't talk about Bruno and we don't talk about injuries, so we don't know what his injury technically is at this point. But he did a lot of rehab work and didn't participate at all. I do like his story. I loved, again, we are lucky to have access to a number of former Packers who have had connections with different players that we've been able to have on as guests. Certainly, Clinton Dix talking about Domani Jackson. Then we had, Micah Hyde talking not just about Bobby Babich, but also Evan Williams. We had Evan Williams join us. We've had some really good guests in the last couple of months. And was great about Domani Jackson, but I think he looks more like a one-year red shirt and then maybe an opportunity if they move on from both Keyshawn Nixon and Carrington Valentine, who are both in the last year of their contracts after this season. Dani Dennis-Sutton was 5th on my list because I do think that they have some guys that when Micah Parsons does come back are still going to be part of the rotation. I think they like what they've seen from Brenton Cox. There's a lot of people, including you guys, that are excited about Baron Sorrell. Although I'd like to see his dad make a return to our YouTube chat to let us know that 99 is going to shine this year. We haven't seen him in a while. So I think Dani's going to get a little bit of opportunity, but I think he's a little bit further down the depth chart as of right now. And unless there's injuries, I think there's some guys that they like a little bit better at this moment. Number 4 is Chris McClellan, the defensive tackle from John Anderson's alma mater of Mizzou. He got work with the ones. He got sprinkled in there. Now, again, at this point, Devontae Wyatt was not practicing, so we'll have to wait and see what his opportunities might look like because he's obviously a pretty important piece this year. Number 3, Brandon Cisse. There's going to be an injury at some point at corner, maybe not, and hopefully not a catastrophic one, but somebody's going to miss time, and that means he's going to have to play. And he's not even 21 years old yet, but he's going to get some opportunity, I would think, at some point during the course of the season. Number 2 is Jagger Burton, and I'm not betting against him. Again, the fact that Matt LaFleur spoke out as glowingly as he chose to when he didn't have to makes me think that Gabe Neitzel, who hates rotating players at the same position, is going to be irritated when they rotate Anthony Belton and Jagger Burton at the start of the season at right guard. That is my bold, clippable prediction. And number 1, Tausch is right, as more often than not, but not always. But Trey Smack, look, Ryan Longwell was great talking about it. Ryan Longwell, by the way, was also really good talking about the approach that Lucas Havrisik has to have. I don't think Trey Smack is picking up Lucas Havrisik to go to the local steakhouse and pasting his check from his bonus on his dashboard like apparently Brett Conway did. But Lucas Havrisik is kicking for a job somewhere else. He's going to get opportunities in camp to have a really good camp. He's going to get opportunities in preseason games. But unless Trey Smack gets injured or falls flat on his face, the Packers want him to be their kicker. And he will have an impact for better or for worse more than anybody else in his draft class. So those are our power rankings of the Packers rookies. I will be also interested to see, with only 6 players, Tausch, in the draft class proper, will they keep their streak alive with an undrafted free agent making the roster? I think it's been 20 years in a row that someone that was undrafted from that class has been on the game day opener roster. So we'll see if that streak continues as they move forward. But it was a good question, Jesse. It was.
Interesting that Trey Smack is the top for both of you, and he was the last pick in the draft for this draft class.
He legit, once they cut McManus, it's a no-brainer.
Correct.
I think he would have been number 2 otherwise. Cisse, I thought, would have been carrying it the whole year, but once that decision was made, when they traded picks and drafted him, we knew he was going to be the kicker, but there was still going to be a little bit of a battle. Now it is, boom.
Agreed.
There you go.
Still intrigued by why they chose to do that. And again, I still find myself wondering about Brandon McManus did not seem particularly thrilled during the time that Lucas Havrisik was filling in for him. And it just makes me, do the windy thing. Wonder what the dynamic was there. All right, we'll get some more Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Want to remind you that you don't have to hop on a plane or board a cruise ship to feel like you've escaped. Your next getaway is waiting in Milwaukee at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Biggest hotel rooms in all of Milwaukee. Nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big. And you're just steps away from all the fun stuff that is happening inside. And if you're hungry, so many options. Premium steaks at the Dream Dance Steakhouse. Pizza, burritos, and quick bites at the Marketplace. Rock and brews for a high-energy vibe. And, of course, my favorite, scalloped potatoes and the salmon. Canal Street Cafe, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, the Cream City Coffee Company. Food and drink specials happening all the time. And if you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, their event spaces are built to make it unforgettable. Elite play, luxury stay, bet on flavor. Potawatomi Casino Hotel. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
From office lunches to family celebrations, Cousin Subs has the crowd-pleasing catering you need. Choose from customizable party boxes, individual box lunches, fresh-baked cookies, and our classic party chips. Everything you need to satisfy any size group, big or small. Ordering is easy online or on the Cousins app, so you can focus on the fun, not the food. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. When it comes to a home mortgage, we understand you want a simple, stress-free process, great service, and a loan you can feel good about. And for 90 years, that's exactly how we've been doing things at Great Midwest Bank. So if you're thinking about buying, building, renovating, or refinancing, get started at greatmidwestbank.com to find a knowledgeable loan officer and get the peace of mind you deserve. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel here for Events by Design. If you're planning an annual meeting, leadership summit, product launch, or trade show, you already know the pressure is on. Events by Design takes those high-stake moments and turns them into immersive experiences that energize your audience and elevate your brand. They handle everything: designing, planning, production, ensuring your event is executed seamlessly. No stress, no scrambling, just a memorable experience that delivers. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
See 7 continents, no passport required. Explore the Milwaukee County Zoo, where some of the world's most extraordinary animals are already in your backyard. The zoo is a premier destination, offering ways to connect all year long. Visit amazing animals like the giant anaconda, hippo, and rhinos. Ride on the safari train, featuring new locomotive Engine 2025. And mark your calendar for events like A La Carte, where you'll groove alongside the animals. What or who will you discover first? Plan your visit at MilwaukeeZoo.org.
Milwaukee Weight Loss knows the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no drugs or surgery, and they will show you how to keep it off for good. Get your confidence in your health back. Right now, $200 off summer special for limited time only. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to book your free consultation. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to GeisDoors.com. That's GEIS Doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Summertime is when you'll find the largest selection of homes on the market.
But it's the bottom of the night, as it's also the time when homes move the quickest.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Andrea Wojcinski. With more buyers competing, preparation, speed, and expert local guidance can make all the difference.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
A real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee. This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Jesse, I just want to make sure before we get to this next topic that it's not assigning me to look at the 8 teams that finished in the last place in their division that are most likely to go from worst to first this season. This is not an assignment. Someone else did this part.
Aaron, is it Shots or Shats?
Shats. Aaron
over at
Shats.
ESPN.com. This is always a dicey one every time we review Aaron's work. He does great stuff over at ESPN.com.
Shats.
Gardo got in trouble. Aren't you going to get in trouble for that?
Aaron Schatz, ESPN NFL writer over at ESPN.com, has outlined the rankings of teams that
on sports
have the best chance to go worst to first in the 2026 season. Teams that finished in last place in their division last year. So there's 8 teams total on this list and have the best chance to finish in first in 2026.
Seems appropriate for old Shatsy to do this. So, Jesse, what are the teams that are eligible by finishing in last place in their divisions?
Let me see. Can I guess? I want to try to guess. Cardinals, no chance. Right?
Wait.
Can I guess?
Are you guessing who finished in last year? Or are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. The Arizona Cardinals were a last place team.
Okay, that's one.
All right.
Yeah.
They have no chance. In the NFC South, who finished last there? The Saints?
The
finished
New
last?
Orleans Saints were
Correct.
in last. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I put them probably 2 or 3.
So you're guessing and doing the rankings simultaneously. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's an interesting exercise.
If only Shatsy had done this.
Yeah, the Saints are in the rankings. They were a last place team last year.
All right, I'm going to keep the Jets last. The Jets finished last, and I think they're going to stay last. So I'm going to keep them at 8th.
The Jets were a last place team. Yes, you're 3 for 3.
You're 3 for 3. Nice work.
So I want to save the Detroit Lions for the lap because I think they're going to be number 1 on my list. So I'm going to save them.
Yeah,
Washington Commanders.
No.
I don't think the.
No.
What do you mean no?
They weren't the last place team in the division.
Oh, the Giants were.
Yeah.
Okay. The Commanders probably should have been.
What? Wait, the standings are standings.
The Chiefs?
It's not
the
subjective.
Chiefs were last, right?
No. The Raiders had the number 1
the Raiders
pick in the draft
were last.
this year.
Okay, yeah.
We
All right,
started
I'm struggling.
so strong.
All right. Yeah, I started off good. I keep forgetting about. The Raiders will be 8th. The Jets will be 7th. I'm going to put the Giants 6th. Who else? The Cardinals 6th.
You're missing one team.
You are. One
who am I
team.
missing?
No, you're
two
missing
teams. Two
You're
teams.
missing 2 teams. They're in the AFC.
The Browns. I'm
There you
missing
go.
the
Yeah,
Browns,
Browns
and
are-
I'm missing probably the Titans.
There you go.
Correct.
Well done.
Hey, bounce
Very
back
well.
at the end. All right.
There you
good.
go. I got to finish strong. All right.
Really the middle part that got a little ugly.
Cardinals, I'm going to say this. I think the Cardinals want to finish dead last. They want to have the number 1 overall pick. Jets, Raiders, Titans. I got the Saints second. I have the Detroit Lions first.
So the
That's how I'm doing
Browns
it.
are
I don't
third?
care about the other ones. 4th or 5th, whatever. I think it's moot.
Okay.
I think there's 2 teams that'll make the playoffs, and I think it's going to be the Saints, and I think it's going to be the Lions.
Choose your own adventure. Old Shatsy has the Cardinals 8th, the Browns 7th, the Jets 6th, the Raiders 5th, the Titans, who went 3-14 last year, 4th, the Giants 3rd, the Saints 2nd, and the Lions 1st. So a lot of similarities between Tauschi and Shatsy in these rankings. It is wild to me that the Detroit Lions are playing, and I understand it's only 2 games, but still, they're playing a last-place schedule. It's just wild.
Yeah.
And by the way, another, I don't want to call it fringe benefit because it's the opposite, but by playing Clayton Tune and sacrificing him to the football gods, the Vikings got a 9th win, same record as the Lions, but won the tiebreaker, so they finished in 3rd place. And the Lions were technically the 4th place team, all because they won a game that the Packers didn't try to win, and they sent poor Clayton Tune, who is he in the UFL now? Do we know where Clayton Tune is currently?
Do not.
Yeah, I don't think he's. I think he's probably in his home, as Tausch likes
I thought
to
he got
say.
cut from a UFL team. I thought that's what we said a few weeks back.
Apparently, he is currently with the Columbus Aviators. maybe? Or maybe that's who released him. But anyway.
Sounds like a sunglass company.
Future's so
Good one.
dark, he's got to wear shades.
Thanks.
Jesse, was anything you've had this on the rundown for so long? I've seen it many times. That's how I knew it wasn't an assignment.
Do
for me.
either of you two think that what is more likely? Detroit goes worst to first, or the Bears go first to worst? What would you, if you had to bet it, which one would you pick more?
Oh, I'm fascinated. I'm really. That's a really good question. I don't think the Bears are finishing last.
I think the Lions are going to win the NFC North. I said that when we were at the Hard Rock a few weeks back.
Yeah, I have them in Green Bay in a dogfight. I think it's them in Green Bay in a dogfight. I believe that's the last game of the season, right?
Ooh, let's check.
For the G&G.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
look at that.
That will be your Sunday night game for the division on NBC, would be my guess.
Streaming live on Peacock. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know what to. I am a skeptic on the Bears, which I know gets our Bears fan friends. I'm not skeptical. Like, I don't think they're going to stink, but I takeaways and one-score games feel like they always regress to the mean. And the Packers had a really good year with takeaways 2 years ago, and then they had 14 despite the Ball King crown and the lights and siren in the meeting room. The Bears won a bunch of close games last year, just like the Vikings did a few years ago. And then the following year, the Vikings were about 500, which is where you normally are when you split close games. So I'm curious to see what the close game record is for maybe the Bears. Maybe Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams just have a magical ability to be great in close games, and maybe I'll be proven wrong. But I just feel like that's something that always regresses to the mean. So here's the thing. Do you see a scenario if the Packers stay relatively healthy, healthier than last year, where this division is tight enough where the Packers actually end up with, say, a winning record and in last place? Because that's what happened last year. Teams with a winning record still finished in last place.
Yeah, I don't see that. I think there's going to be a separation, and I think the Bears will. I don't think the Bears finish fourth either. But if I had a guess, I would say it's more likely they finish fourth than the Lions finishing fourth.
That I will definitely agree with. All right, we need to get to Whoa Nelly. Which is coming up after I tell you about Walney Legal Group, which I've been telling you about for a while. And Ito and Kelly have been phenomenal. I am finally getting my act together after putting this off for far too many years. They specialize in estate planning. That's wills, trusts, probate, elder care, and special needs planning. And Walney Legal Group has won all kinds of awards proving how good they are, including Best Lawyers in America. That's nothing to sneeze at. That's big time. But more importantly, you will feel the personalized experience when they go about the process with you, because it's not just the one-size-fits-all cookie-cutter solutions. It's estate planning, which admittedly is an uncomfortable necessity, but they make it smooth, they make it easy, and they make it as painless as possible with clear communication, niche expertise, personal service, and a modern approach. That's why they call it lawyering the way it should be. So start the process today. Go to their website, walneylegal.com. That's WALNY legal.com, walneylegal.com, to start a conversation no matter what phase you're in. Whoa, Nelly is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
1896, Horicon Bank first opened its doors. Wisconsin wasn't even 50 years old.
We've maintained our roots over the years and yet expanded.
We empower our people to invest in the community. We give them 40 hours of volunteer time.
We're doing it with a personal touch, with a desire to say yes to our customers.
You shouldn't have to work with a bank that sends their profits to New York City or Toronto. You can keep your money here and it benefits Wisconsin.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC. DIC.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yingling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde. Father's Day is coming up on Sunday, June 21st, and let's be honest, Dad does not need another tie, another coffee mug, another World's Greatest Dad t-shirt. Get him something he can really enjoy. Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles. Order at Kringle.com and send your dad his favorite flavor, like my favorite, bourbon pecan. You can even add a bag of gourmet coffee to your order. So go to Kringle.com or make the call, 800-4DANISH, and have it shipped just in time for Father's Day. Kringle.com. Racine Danish Kringles. Not just a treat, it's a tradition.
Progressive knows you could have easily taken the freeway, but you took the scenic route to see a waterfall and an oddly busy boiled peanut stand. Discovering the unexpected is exactly why you bought an RV, so protect it with a bundle from Progressive. Because although you may be 3 hours behind schedule, you're 6 jars of jam richer and possibly enrolled in a butter churning workshop. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-486-9600. That's 800-486-9600.
$998 buys you a magnificent diamond solitaire engagement ring at Kessler's.
A solid gold mounting shows off a big, beautiful diamond, 3/4 of a carat.
Glitter, twinkle, sparkle.
This is the definitive diamond solitaire engagement ring.
You can choose a round diamond, radiant, marquise, or oval.
3/4 of a carat. Any shape you want.
Any color of gold you want.
A 1-carat solitaire is just $1,498.
Ask to see the Evermore engagement rings at Kessler's.
You're going to be ecstatic about the color, clarity, and cut of your diamond.
Evermore.
Each of these diamonds was lovingly created in the heart of a miniature star.
Your diamond will remain.
Evermore.
Your diamond was born about the time you fell in love.
You will be in love.
Evermore.
Your diamond has been waiting patiently for you to see it, love it, and choose it.
Don't keep it waiting. Come to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Jesse, can you make this the entry music for all of Bo Nelly? Can you set up the music, the royalty-free music to set up this every single time we do?
No, I cannot.
Because I know you love this song. Come on,
that is an impossible task. I am incapable of doing that. Yeah,
too much work.
Cannot do it. Unfortunately.
Okay.
Shame.
Time for Bo Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
on Wilde and Tausch.
Tausch, he's wrong about that song, though, right? Like, as royalty-free, and again, we have paid for a very long time for royalty, and we want artists to be compensated. But YouTube has made it difficult for us to continue to pay that for the radio part, and then they make it hard on the YouTube. So that's why we went away from it. But that is a banger of a song. That, like, if
good tune.
Jesse's just wrong about it. It's just wrong. Just wrong. It's a great song. Next.
Whoa, Nelly!
Tausch was in my head last night. I'll explain. I was on ESPN.
I'm not sure I want you to.
I was on ESPN.com, and there's an article here from ESPN College Sports Big Ten writer Adam Rittenberg. Tom Izzo, the head coach of the Michigan State Spartans, very upset that the president and then the athletic director at Michigan State both have moved on from their respective roles in the last couple of weeks. He's disgusted about it.
Izzo not pleased.
All I could think about was, I think the Michigan State Spartans are the Green Bay Packers of men's college basketball.
Are you sure it's not the Spurs?
After your Spurs take yesterday. A team that's consistently a contender, usually makes some noise in the postseason, but doesn't get over the hump to win a championship. Has won a championship, but it's been a while. Long history of sustained success. Them with head coaches, the Packers with quarterbacks. I think Michigan State is the Green Bay Packers of men's college basketball.
Yeah, I disagree.
Okay.
I would disagree.
Whoa, Nelly!
They appear to be the Wisconsin of...
How does that feel? How does that feel, guys? When you work hard on a take and then there's just complete dismissal and whatever. So I think the overarching thing about the Final Fours and Tom Izzo, here's where the pushback would be, Jesse, on that, because I'm not going to leave you hanging in the wind like you did to me yesterday. Tom Izzo's a really good coach. Nobody is saying he should be gone. Matter of fact, I think people want him to be around. That's not where we're at with Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur there was questions by a lot of folks whether he could withstand and be back in that locker room after that loss to the Bears in the playoffs. I haven't heard that from Izzo. Izzo's had opportunities to go to the pros and other things. That part of it's not there. And the fact that Michigan State's had success and they've been good, yeah, their colors, they're different kinds of green. So there's some, I see your validity to it, but Tom Izzo has been the biggest star in this whole run. Vince Lombardi is the biggest star when it comes to coaches in the Packers' history. And Vince Lombardi got a lot more championships than Tom Izzo. So I got a hard time equating both. That's why I disagree. Not in a violent way. I'm just going to disagree.
Did we disagree violently about the Spurs thing? I don't think we did.
I thought
no, there was nothing violent about it. I just am saying there wasn't a ton of engagement from our fans, which is what I care about.
We spent like
they didn't
segments on the comparison.
I think we flattered your Spurs take more than anyone else flattered your Spurs take yesterday.
I've told you it sucked. I told you guys my take sucked, and I apologize for it. I'm not asking anything. I'm just saying I don't think your take is any better. But I'm not going to poo-poo it. I'm also going to engage. And I think I gave you a pretty good viewpoint of where my head's at. I don't think it fits at all when it comes to that.
Whoa, Nelly!
Well, I'm actually glad you brought up the LaFleur thing because there is something that Homer said yesterday on the Homer Hour, weekdays 5 to 6 on ESPN Milwaukee and ESPN Beaver Dam. I thought this was really interesting, and maybe this is the comparison we should have made with the Green Bay Packers to a team in the NBA Finals, as opposed to what you said about the Spurs yesterday.
No, the Boston Celtics are the right answer. The more I've thought about it, it is the Boston Celtics.
May I play what Homer said?
Yes, of course.
Now, I'm presenting it now because it's going to be the topic. Do the Packers need to pull a Thibodeau in terms of respecting LaFleur, he's been a good coach. We have to do better. NFC Championship, division game, and in that was the first 3 years, and in the last 4, one game, and have made it to the second round only once.
Homer said that yesterday. And
because
I think
the Knicks fired or moved on from Thibodeau, and then they hired Mike Brown, and then they won a title.
Tom Thibodeau was a good coach who got the Knicks into the playoffs. They were finishing top 5 in the East a couple of years in a row, but couldn't get over the hump in the playoffs. They made it to the conference finals last year, lost to the Pacers, fired Thibodeau. Everyone's like, is that really a good idea? They bring in Mike Brown, boom, they win the finals. That's what everyone said last year. I don't know. That's a good idea.
Everybody's saying it.
Is that the better comparison from the NBA Finals that Tom Thibodeau could be Matt LaFleur?
The gold standard of that, firing a coach and then going on to big and better things, is Doug Collins to Phil Jackson. That's where that gold standard is. This felt to me a little more John Gruden, Tony Dungy-ish to me. Thibodeau set the table. Thibodeau set the table for this. Without Tom Thibodeau, they ain't winning a championship. I hope they give him a ring, because without his changing the culture and bringing in the guys that they brought in under him, they ain't sniffing that championship. But he played his guys too hard. He didn't play enough guys. He didn't have the flexibility. He was too rigid in his approach, and that didn't allow them to grow the necessary last steps to win a championship. I push back on the Mike Brown Thibodeau comparison with the Packers. Now, if this season you're in the same exact boat, who would be your Mike Brown if you're the Green Bay Packers? Because there does come a time where if you keep hitting the same thing over and over, and I don't remember who said this when the whole Matt LaFleur, is he going to get hired, is he going to get fired, is he going to get extended? It's always, well, who do you bring in to get over the hump? Obviously, Mike Brown won a championship as an assistant. He has been a head coach before. I don't think you can ever bring a new coach in, someone that doesn't have any head coaching experience, if indeed Homer's thesis on this is correct. I wonder who that coach would be. But I don't think Thibodeau and LaFleur would be on the opposite ends of the spectrum. LaFleur would be viewed as, and Jason could correct us if he would share the information that he got from Matt LaFleur yesterday on what that off-the-record conversation, but we know old Rigid J over here is not going to do that. Matt LaFleur is not viewed as too tough on his players and running his guys too hard. That would be the opposite. So if somebody did come in, it would be the Thibodeau would be the guy that came in and replaced LaFleur. It's actually bizarro world, Homer, that he would need. Mike Brown is Matt LaFleur. Tom Thibodeau is to be named later in this equation.
Old Rigid J, got anything you want to add there?
Nope. Other than, is his name Thibodeau or Thibodeau?
Thibodeau.
I just want to make sure I pronounce that correctly.
Thibodeau.
We just have enough time for our clip of the day to wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together? daily, 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, and by Events by Design.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
You know, I mean, your home is about as personal as it gets, right?
We want to build a relationship with homeowners, not only educating them, but we're getting to know them and allowing them an opportunity to get to know us.
Yeah, the interview goes both ways. Mm-hmm. Getting to know people while also serving them. It's so much more than just, okay, we're replacing your roof.
Besides that, it's just the right thing to do. See how Big Fish Contracting is renovating homes and redeeming an industry at bigfishcontracting.com.
One of the most important concepts in sports is don't drop the ball. Are you dropping the ball with your estate plan? When was it last updated? Have you even done one at all? It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde for Walney Legal Group. There's a lot at stake for you and your family when it comes to wills, trusts, probate, and elder planning. At Walney Legal, that's all they do. Tailored documents. No confusing legal jargon. Just thoughtful guidance. Do the blocking and tackling to protect your family. Start a conversation today at walneylegal.com.
Surfside iced tea and lemonade plus vodka is your go-to drink this golf season. It's light, refreshing, made with real vodka and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. This spring, look out for the brand new half and half variety pack featuring flavors like raspberry iced tea and lemonade and blackberry iced tea and lemonade. No bubbles, no troubles. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Make plans to see Bella Kane at Wednesday Night Live, presented by Beatbox. From the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park this Wednesday. Gates open at 6, live music starts at 7. Enjoy an amazing night of free live music at the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park this Wednesday with Bella Kane.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855-PELLA-WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
It is the moment you've all been waiting for. As we unveil this week's Steinhafel Sleeper of the Decade as we celebrate our 10th anniversary. And it is Ty Summers, right, Jesse?
It was last week. It was not Ty Summers this week. No,
I thought Tyler Lancaster was last week.
Well, it was both last week. But thankfully, we had a system of checks and balances in place this week, which allowed us to properly share this clue on the Wilde and Tausch Twitter feed, Facebook page, and throughout the show on the video stream. This wide receiver's tenure in Green Bay ended when he was waived midway through his second season, but he did win a national championship at Clemson and a UFL title with the Birmingham Stallions. That perennial contender and champion is the one and only Amari Rodgers. Amari Rodgers. A lot of correct guesses coming in on the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin Talking.
How many people said Sammy Watkins?
I didn't see any guesses for Sammy Watkins, although I didn't sift properly through all of them. But we will draw our winner upon the conclusion of the show, and hopefully you get to be like Tyler and Waukesha last week or Dan and Monroe the week before and get a phone call from me in the coming minutes saying, congratulations, you are our winner this week.
One of the few times when getting a call from
What if
Jesse,
they don't answer your call?
Then
Do you still get it?
I either leave a voicemail or send him a text, and then usually we get in touch.
And then
right
Jesse
after
goes
that.
shopping at Steinhoff.
Yeah, and then I get a new couch.
That's it for us today. We'll do it again tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit?
ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel here for Events by Design. You want people to actually show up for your community event, charity gala, or nonprofit fundraiser while making a memorable impression on them. Events by Design turns those moments into meaningful experiences that engage your audience and bring your mission to life. They manage everything: designing, planning, production. No stress, no loose ends. Just an experience your guests remember, exponentially benefiting your cause. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year Award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
See 7 continents, no passport required. Explore the Milwaukee County Zoo, where some of the world's most extraordinary animals are already in your backyard. The zoo is a premier destination, offering ways to connect all year long. Visit amazing animals like the giant anaconda, hippo, and rhinos. Ride on the safari train, featuring new locomotive Engine 2025. And mark your calendar for events like a la carte, where you'll groove alongside the animals. What or who will you discover first? Plan your visit at MilwaukeeZoo.org.
We are the home for all your Bucks coverage. 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Hey, everybody.
Can't get enough of the Rich Eisen Show? You're in luck. You can find us everywhere. Watch us weekdays on Disney Plus from noon to 3 Eastern. Miss the show? We've got a podcast so you can listen anytime. But here's the best part. Our YouTube channel. Subscribe at youtube.com/Rich Eisen Show and you'll never miss a moment. Now, on with the show. This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Mike Brown. My God, what a job he did. I couldn't believe it was happening.
From the Rich Eisen Show studio in Los Angeles.
I'm even so happy I would hug James Dolan for a split second.
Earlier on the show, MLB insider Jeff Passan. Coming up, NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero. ESPN college football analyst Josh Pate. And now, it's Rich Eisen.
Hour 2 of the Rich Eisen Show here on this June Tuesday. We're on the back half of June already. We're hurtling towards your summer plans potentially. 844-204-RICH, number to dial here on the program. Tom Pelissero of NFL Network joining us here to kick off this hour. Good to see you, Tommy P. How are you, sir?
Good to see you, Rich. What's up to my boys in the studio?
Tommy P. What's up, baby? What do you got, brother?
I'll tell you.
I'm here.
What he's got is, I mean, I guess this is a perfect time to say that Henry Winkler's on tomorrow's show since he's dressed like he is the Fonz right now.
Well, I thought Tom might have seen Jeff's hit earlier and wanted to one-up him.
Is that right? Well, Jeff had the I guess the pea coat and the camel hair.
He was looking sharp, yo.
Okay, we got that, and now we've got another insider.
Is he wearing that indoors?
Yes.
That's a lot of layers for a man in June sitting in his office.
Well, it was on the
we kind of asked him.
It was on the photograph that we used going to break to tease that he was coming up, and he's like, he had it. So, I mean, but good to see you. You're with me, Leather.
As well.
All right, Tom. So listen,
that's a members only code.
Stop it. What happened with Brendan Sorsby in Texas Tech, Tom? What happened?
I want to qualify everything I say about Brendan Sorsby by first adding Brendan Sorsby is not a victim in all of this. We all know why it got to this place, whether you want to call it an addiction, a compulsion. He was making bets, some of them against the rules. He got himself into trouble. He went away to rehab to address that issue, came back. Texas Tech was willing to embrace him and bring him back. What we saw take place over the last couple of weeks has very little to do with Brendan Sorsby. It is something much bigger than Brendan Sorsby. I'm sure, Rich, you've felt in your couple of decades in California an earthquake before. Mm-hmm. Right now, the ground is shaking underneath college football. And your first instinct when you feel the ground shaking is grab onto something for support. That is what everybody is doing, whether it is teams, conferences, the NCAA, for 5, 6, 7 years now. Everything has been floating into the air and the room is shaking. There appear to be no rules. Things are being decided in the courts. What took place was Brendan Sorsby used the court system to his advantage. He paid a lot of money to do that and to hire Jeffrey Kessler and hire top representation and get an injunction from a judge in Texas that would overrule the NCAA, which had rejected his appeal of taking away his eligibility. We have seen this with other players. You've seen it with other quarterbacks. Trinidad Chambliss went through this. You had last year Diego Pavia, Joey Aguilar. They had to, get the so-called Pavia rule of if you played in JUCO, you've got additional eligibility here. What happened after that? The Big 12. You had schools. You had state attorney generals making threats. You had the NCAA appealing and trying to get an injunction to invalidate the injunction Brendan Sorsby had gotten. As much as Brendan Sorsby and Texas Tech wanted to see this through, they believed that they could survive the earthquake. What became abundantly clear, Rich, was the ground was never going to stop shaking. Once things go into the court system, everybody loses control, not just over the outcome, but over the timeline. This could have gone into the season. This could have been the Big 12 threatening and suing to potentially keep Brendan Sorsby and Texas Tech out of the conference championship game, to keep him off the field. There were so many moving parts. And by the way, the deadline for applying to the NFL supplemental draft is next Monday. There was a real possibility here that something on one of these many fronts could have kept Brendan Sorsby from playing football anywhere. He was left with really not a lot of great options. And so the plan, it has not happened as of an hour ago, but the plan is they are going to withdraw the lawsuit that they had filed against the NCAA in Texas, which then will overturn the injunction that made him eligible. It will allow the NCAA's ruling on his ineligibility to stand. And then at that point, Sorsby intends to apply to the NFL supplemental draft. And if indeed he is ineligible, then the expectation is that he will be accepted into that supplemental draft. And we'll see where things go in the weeks to come.
All right. Now let's turn to the National Football League, Tom. Because Brendan Sorsby, despite what he has done to help himself and what he's been able to do to realize whatever addiction he had and address it, there's no changing the 4 words that will hang over him heading to the National Football League, petitioning for a supplemental draft spot. And those 4 words are gambling addiction and Jeffrey Kessler. Period. Those are 4 words that are associated with him. when this gets placed before Roger Goodell, and it's his decision to have a supplemental draft. What are you hearing on that front, Tom?
At this point, Brendan Sorsby has not officially applied to the supplemental draft. That's related to the lawsuit, but he intends to. Okay. At that point, the league is going to make a judgment. And of course, the teams are going to be seeking any information they can to try to figure out exactly what, if any, discipline could be coming at the NFL level. And I think that we have to look at this through a historical lens, Rich, but also a modern lens. There hasn't been a supplemental draft since 2019. Why is that? Because nobody loses eligibility anymore. You had COVID, where guys were just getting 5th, 6th, 7th years. You have NIL, which has essentially all the guys who became ineligible because they accepted money, or in the case of Terrell Pryor, in a famous case, free tattoos. You don't have those same issues because now it's essentially the Wild West for paying players. Even the drug policy that guys failed in the past, there's not the same emphasis on that. And the NFL doesn't even test and suspend guys at this point for marijuana. So a lot of the circumstances that have applied to past cases don't exist now. Terrell Pryor, as a test case, was suspended at Ohio State. His eligibility taken away, went into the supplemental draft. The NFL, and this is 15 years ago, decided to enforce what had been the suspension that Terrell Pryor was facing at the NCAA because they did not want players running to the NFL as a safe haven to protect themselves and play when the NCAA said you cannot. That same offseason, as you remember, Jim Tressel, who also was fired as part of that, which in hindsight, the idea of a coach being fired because his players got free tattoos would be so antithetical to where we are in 2026. But This is 2011. It was a different deal. Tressel goes, takes a job at the Colts, and because Pryor's suspension was enforced by the NFL basically said, okay, we're also going to keep Jim Tressel away from the Colts for the same time period in order to try to make things fair. That's where then, if you fast forward to 2024, I think that Jeff Kessler would make this argument, if it comes to that at the NFL level, that Jim Harbaugh facing a 4-year show cause in addition to a 10-year show cause, not just for recruiting violations, but for his knowledge or what the NCAA felt he should have known about an illicit advanced scouting scheme. He's essentially banned from college football through 2038. He has coached every game for the Chargers over the last 2 years. So if the NFL is not enforcing things that apply to integrity of the game in the case of Jim Harbaugh, it's tough, just if you're looking at this logically, to say we're now going to enforce something on Brendan Sorsby. In addition to that, you have the collective bargaining agreement, which dictates the players cannot be suspended under the personal conduct policy for any actions that occurred prior to them becoming